Hello. Ah, I'm breaking things. That one. This is the one. Ah, no, get rid of you. No, you. There you go. There you go. There you go. It worked. Um. Oh god, I need to fix some of this. Right, give me a sec. Yeah. Transform. Edit. Right, right top, so I need to... There you go. No, don't be. I was trying to fix it. Oh. And these captions aren't doing too good. I said it so Davis tells, but it's rather... Oh, I've said it so... So if you type that, it comes up with the link. And also in the About section on my page, the image for the thing, you click on it and it should come up. Yeah. But also I've made Davis say it every so often. Yeah, thank you. Okay, these captions aren't doing too well. They're so bad. Hold on, let me turn off my fan and then see how it is. Okay, let me just... Do you think it looks a bit tacky with the raised thing at the bottom there? See, look, it's still packed. Fill a still pack. I thought this would be good. Now it's saying it. So maybe I just need to talk clearer. Okay, cool. Oh god. I like my fan, but it's so noisy. Oh no. Okay. I can make them bigger. Right. Give me a sec. No, I don't want that. Wrong one. Bear with me a second. Is that better? Zebra. I said, is that better? Is that any better or... I don't think by much. Hold on, give me a sec. Let me up it a couple more. Is that better? This should be good. Right, let me... Dutch Shepherd. I did not say Dutch Shepherd. What the hell? Oh, let me move this. Move that down. Move that down. Okay, it should be good now. Yeah, nice and big. Okay, I might need to sort out the text though, because the chat is... I realise how tiny the chat is compared to everything else. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Hold on, just spam clicking for a second. Cool, it should be good now. Cool, that should be... What are these captions? Right. Let's start. Sure, knowing me, I'll mess up. Hello, I'm Mr. Dogs. Okay, click anywhere, press enter a space guard. Okay, I'll just click anywhere, that'll be easier. I hope you can't see my... Okay, you can't see my thing. Yeah, there you go. David's just saying it, but that's tiny, isn't it? Oh well. Love is Strange is a visual novel. Dialogue. Yeah, okay. Yes. Story of Two Whales. I might do auto. Cool. Scroll on your mouse or the back button in the quick menu to go back and review anything you've missed. Oh, that's cool. So I can go all the way back to the beginning. That's cool. That sounds stupid. Do make sure to save your game every now and then. The game won't remember your decisions if you don't save. 15 save slots. Cool. Yeah, okay, I'll just spam click now. Insert groan here. Get up. I guess I better get up. The air is a little chilly as I push the covers off, and once glance in my mirror is enough to tell me that I look like a total zombie. In other words, it's a typical Monday for me. Oh, morning. Someone's playing music. The people I share a dormitory with are worse than roosters. Oh well, at least I'm up. How's it all sounding, by the way? And I shouldn't make it a habit to be late to class anyways. I stretch out yawning as I make my way out to the window and feel the sunlight on my skin. Lisa seems to be enjoying it too. She's grown like crazy over the past year. Who's Lisa? Oh, you already. It's hard to believe I've been in Blackwell for that long. I'm so glad that I came back to Arcadia Bay and not just for Blackwell Academy. Although I'd be lying if I said it wasn't a huge part. I like Seattle, but never really felt like it. Arcadia Bay is the place I grew up in, the place where I made all of my best memories and had so many adventures, each one as different as every day. Pirates and superheroes. This was the best place to grow up. I'm biased. I really do feel that way. I don't want to sell Seattle short, of course. I lived there for 5 long years. I really do miss the friends there. Okay, cool. Thank you. Now, coming back, she was the right choice for me. I'm technically an adult now, which is something I'm still getting used to. I definitely feel like a kid in a lot of ways. I'm lucky to have my parents' support and my scholarship. I managed to keep in my second year. And now I can't find out Blackwell's brought me to Chloe Price, my best friend. I'm taking off auto because I can't read that quick. Took a little while, but we picked up right where we left off. Actually, we did even better because we didn't exactly part under the best of circumstances. But the greatest thing about Chloe is that she's brutally honest with her feelings. Those first few weeks were seriously awkward, but now we got through it. I determined to be there for her now, even when I couldn't before. Aww. Luckily, someone was there for Chloe while I was gone. Rachel Amber, she's totally gorgeous, and she's really a great person too. She's almost too perfect. She's present in this one. But she's one of those girls that is just impossible to hate, even though in Victoria she seems to have found a way. At first, I thought that Rachel and Chloe were total opposites, but they are really more like wolves of the same pack. Let's just say that knowing the both of them is like being accessories to every incident of dubious criminal mischief in the Bay. But even if I didn't have Chloe and Rachel, I've got other friends here too. Dana, Stella, Alyssa. Actually, I can count most everyone on my floor as a friend. Even Brooke, who is abrasive. It took some getting used to, but it's just her way of being friendly. Pretty impressive for a shy geek like me, am I right? Take Kate Marsh, for example. She's one of the very first people who befriended me at Blackwell. Kate is probably the most kind-hearted person I've met, and she's an incredibly talented artist. There's so much reading! She's one of the only students at Blackwell that's unabashedly wears her heart, or I guess her religion, on her sleeve. I know what she gets flack about it sometimes. But I think it's really cool that she works so hard to create a comfortable environment for other religious and or abstinent students, even if I'm not in her Bible study group or anything. Oh, and I'm turning off the captions for a sec bit, purely for the fact that what I'm saying is what's on here. And is getting half of it wrong anyway. So I get along with almost everybody except for my neighbour across the hall. Victoria Chase is the head of the Vortex Club with all the reputation that goes with it. Even after a year, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure what the Vortex Club even does aside from underage drinking. I've heard that being in it is good for your resume, but I've never seen them do anything actually or improve or benefit school outside of partying. Oh well, it's not really my place to judge, even though Victoria herself does a lot of judging. Hasn't she heard the old adage about not saying anything at all if you've not nothing nice to say? It's hard not to write under that Ice Queen stare of her, or feel totally lame in the presence of a $6,000 camera. She has a great eye though, I'll give her that. I can't spend all morning daydreaming by the window. Though I've got to get dressed, I don't want to miss my first class, especially because Mr. Dog told us last week that we had a surprise coming up on Monday. I wonder what that will be. They're one of the best teachers I've ever had. They're always supportive of my work, always smiling. I knew Blackwell Academy took on the best of the best, but I had no experience. I had to experience it to believe it. A mixed dog is freaking cool. I'd better hurry up and get along, then maybe I can find someone to hang out with somewhere. Some time to hang out with my friends before class starts. I have a feeling that Chloe and Rachel are going to laugh at my generic brand t-shirt and jeans. They always do, but I've come to terms with my style. I should make sure I have everything I need before I head out. Sorry. Can't forget my bag. I don't want to forget my camera either. I'm gonna manage to survive this long. It's really old and not in a cute Fox vintage way. It's legit ancient. But that's what I want. What I wanted, a total timelessness to my photos. As I slide my camera into my bag, I look at the little dough pin that Kate gave me a few days ago. It's a warm bronze colour. She said that she found it in a bookshop in Portland and that she thought I would like it. Aw. I do, but I'm just flattered that she thinks of me at all. All this talking is making me tired. Put on bracelet. Yeah. Can't wait to start playing though. Chloe gave me one of her punky spiked bracelets a few months ago. I'm clumsy, so I thought I would instantly take my eye out by wearing it. Same. But it turns out that the secret to thrashing it is that the studs are actually pretty dull. I guess I'm really am ready for the mosh pits now. Shaka, bro. The bracelet that I slide on next to it is all woven rainbow thread. Rachel gave it to me. It's pretty surprised when Rachel did. Rachel got like a zillion friends. Maybe she makes them for everybody. I can't leave my room without a quick scan of my feed, the modern equivalent of reading the morning newspaper. That's the millennial condition, I suppose, blah blah blah. Of course, Victoria's already posted her morning mirror selfie. Like by 28 people, posted 5 minutes ago. But she does really look really nice in that cashmere sweater, the hit like to. I would hit like to, but I know she's not interested in my approval. She might never wear that sweater again if I did. Nerd cuties. Heh. I'm kidding, I think I need to stop sinking to our level and being all judgy. I think I've got everything, but I have my feeling of forgetting something. Oh, my journal. I can't leave without it. I take it just about everywhere. I guess it's a little old-fashioned for me, but I know that just getting a blog... Oh my god. would be way more secure, but I'm used to writing it by hand. There we go, all set. As I head out in the hallway, I finally spot the source of the music. It's all coming from Dana's room. Door is wide open like it usually is. It's definitely way too much bass for a Monday morning. I cross the hall, shaking my head. I knock on Kate doors, but there's no response. Maybe she's already headed to class. I'm a little sad I missed out on her usual morning violin playing. Not that I would have heard so much of it over Dana's music. It doesn't surprise me that I can smell weed and hear sound of spray can drifting from the bathroom. Rachel and Chloe up to no good again, but I guess that's the company I keep. Victoria's usually got her door open or playing music like Dana, but it's quiet this morning. I guess she went to class early too. I've never seen her. Show up late to anything. Oh, the places you'll go, Max. Where to now? Class, bathroom, courtyard. Courtyard. Head outside the dorms and see Kate's. I'm very yawning. I'm talking so much, it's making me tired. I head outside the dorms and see Kate sitting on the bench out in the front lawn, sketchbook in hand. Up ahead, I see Victoria focused on the bulletin board. I guess I do have time to chat. Kate, who wants to talk to Victoria? Actually, she turns out not too bad. Hey, Kate. Kate looks up from her sketchbook and gives a warm smile. Good morning, Max. It's good to see you. I'm happy to see her too. Come to think of it, Kate's been a little hard to get hold of lately. Groovy music. She's seeming a lot quieter than usual. She's not the loudest person to begin with. But maybe she has something on her mind. Whatever it is, it doesn't stop her from greeting me as warmly as ever. That's Kate Marsh for you. Missed your violin playing this morning. Not that I would have heard much of over Dana's music. I sit down next to Kate on the bench to see that she's sketching a few cartoon characters gather around a fountain. Kate notices me and smiles softly, pencil tapping idly against the paper. I thought I'd try and get some drawing in before class starts. When I'm feeling inspired, I always want to sketch right away, so that I don't forget the image in my head. I look more closely at the page. Kate's drawings are always so cute and lively. She'd make an awesome character designer or storyboarder, or an illustrator for children's books. Any one of those would suit her. I know what you mean. I drop everything I'm doing for the time is right for a photo. I can't believe you do this kind of stuff with colored pencil. It's so cute. Thanks, Max. I've always loved your photos too. Kate's compliments always warm my heart. The best part is that I know that she means it. She's so sincere and positive. Speaking of photos, what do you think MX dogs going to surprise us with today? Kate's expression turns thoughtful and she clasps her hands on top of her sketchbook. I'm not sure. They seemed really excited about it when I was helping them catalogue our photography textbooks on Friday. I'd forgotten that Kate is mix. How do you pronounce that? Mix. I'll just say mix. MX. Dog's assistant. Did they mention anything about the surprise, other than being excited? Adventure sleepy. Suitable for me yawning constantly. Thank you for the follow. Mix. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Kate laughs and shrugs. Mix. Thank you. How are you doing? Kate laughs and shrugs and seems to glow. The cross hanging from her neck catches the sunlight and flashes bright and golden. You're always so curious about the world, Max. A lot of people would say I'm nosy. Kate gives a little laugh and continues to draw in her sketchbook, her pencil delicately tracing curves and lines. I think you just have a knack for adventure. Like Gloria here, she's an amateur detective. Kate points to one of the characters in her drawing, a small figure peering into the fountain with huge, inquisitive eyes. A little cat tail pokes out from under the character's long coat. It's a cat detective. Thanks, Kate. I'm glad you believe in me. I should get going, though. Kate nods. I wouldn't want you to miss Mixed Dog's surprise. I'll catch up soon. See you, Max. Sure, let's talk to Victoria. She's moody, but Victoria looks focused on the message board. She's got her arms crossed like she's annoyed by what she's reading, but I'm not sure what it is she's looking at. I scan my eyes over the board. There are flyers for club meetings, another plea about a cat picks tablet, some stuff about global warming, the average Blackwell marquee. I don't usually go out my way to talk to Victoria, but she might be the only person who takes photography class as seriously as I do. It might be good to scope out what she thinks about today's surprise. Hey, Victoria. Victoria turns around over a split second. I see surprise in her face before it's replaced with a stern look. What do you want, Max? Her tone isn't totally hostile today. Guess that's something at least. I just want to say good morning if that's okay. Victoria snorts and rolls her eyes. I wouldn't call it a good morning as long as you're around. Wait, seriously? I throw my hands up in defense, giving a huff of exasperation. I can't catch a break with Victoria, can I? Wow, nice burn. Let me go to the nurse and get myself an ice pack. Victoria crosses her arms with an impatient sigh and then gestures with her fingers. Really, what do you want? I glance back to the bulletin board and see a small flyer in the corner. It's an advertisement for a photography expedition in Portland. I think I found out what Victoria was looking at. Just wondered what you think of Mixed Dogs got prepared for us today. You know, the surprise they mentioned last week? Victoria purses her lips and looks away for a second before turning back to me. Yeah. I heard a rumour that it's another photography content like last year. She sounds kind of tense about it. I suddenly remember how she placed second in the photo contest last year. She hadn't looked happy about it at all. I knew she'd busted her ass on it. Even I had to admit that her submission was really good. I totally thought she would win. I have a feeling that she took losing a lot harder than she had let on. If it is, good luck, Victoria. That definitely was the response Victoria was expecting. Her eyes widened, her mouth dropping open for a split second before she recovers. She's not scowling at me anymore, at least. Yeah, you too, Max. Oh, I wasn't expecting that either. We stand there for a moment, neither of us seem to know what to say. Awkward. Victoria makes an irritated sound, finally breaking the silence. So I've got to get back to figure out my schedule for the week. Club meetings and shit. I'm pretty sure that wasn't what she was doing, but I'm not going to call her out about it. Yeah, of course. I'll see you in class. She turns back to the bulletin board. Well, that could have definitely have gone a lot worse. As far as an encounter with Victoria Chaseco, that was practically painless. Sure, let's see, oh, okay, there's no one there. Oh, Chloe. Yay, Chloe. Oh, I hope not. If it does, I'm quitting. When I reached in the bathroom, I found Chloe smoking in the corner, slouching with a joint pinched between her fingers. Rachel was busy adding graffiti to the opposite wall. Talk to Chloe, of course. Having fun, Chloe? Chloe grins at me, giving her usual up-to-no-good look. Yep, totally getting lit over here. I groan, and Chloe just burst out laughing amid a cloud of sharp smoke. You're terrible, you know. And you love it. But what's up? I'm pretty sure you didn't come over here for a hit. Yeah. I lean against the wall next to Chloe, nudging her with my elbow. I'm not a fan of how weed smells, but I've gotten used to being around it by now. It seems to chill Chloe out, and I'm all for anything that keeps her happy. Just wanted to see what my best friend's up to this early in the morning. No. Completely different area, sadly. Because, in two set... I think 2 set in this time. But yeah, he's too young. Way too young. I think these are all the characters of the first game. And want to ask you, I think, Mixed Dog surprise today. I can't figure out what it could be. Chloe shrugs, taking another drag when she breathes out. The smoke twists and turns in the air before dissipating under the fluorescent lights. It makes me want to take a picture. Chloe laughs. You know what? You want to take a photo, huh, hipster? Oh, I know that look. Sorry. 5 years apart or not, Chloe still knows me so well. She proves it all the time. I could take 1,000 photos of Chloe and never get tired of her face. Isn't that obvious? Is it that obvious? Chloe smokes at me and bumps the toe of her boot into my sneaker before sucking back on the joint again, exhaling through her nose. Save your photo for dog's class, Max. As for whatever the surprise is, I don't know. I'm just glad we made it into the same class this semester, just like when we were in elementary school, huh? I grin. Chloe may look all punk rock on the outside now, but I know on the inside she's still the girl I used to watch anime and play pirates with. My crazy, rebellious, amazing friend, she didn't have blue hair when we were little, but she's always had a wild heart. I'm glad we're together too. Chloe smiles at me. Anyway, I want to be good and buzzed by the time class starts, so I need to finish this thing. I'll catch you later, Supermax. See you soon, Chloe. Talk to Rachel. Rachel looks up and smiles at me. It's warm, but as usual, it's a little intimidating. There's something about Rachel that makes me feel kind of shy. She can be hard to read. Hey, how's it hanging, Max? I could ask you the same thing. Rachel looks back at the wall, smirking as she gives another shake of her spray can. I look at it too. The paint is bright gold, dripping down the wall from a tangle of letters. I can't quite tell what it says. I'm leaving my mark on this school, which is totally against the rules. Since when have the rules ever applied to me? She laughs at her own joke, which makes me twitch into a smile too, before I have to tilt my head away from the fumes, eyes watering. Are you heading to class soon? Yeah, but let me guess, you're wondering what dog's gonna surprise us with today. That's another thing about Rachel. She's always on the ball and knows what's going on with everyone and everything. I think she might be omniscient. Yeah. Rachel laughs, twirling her paint can in her hand. Her fingers are nimble and light against the smooth surface. I bet you it's another photo contest. I'm sure you'll win, Max. She and Chloe have been super supportive. So supportive of me. Their praise can be a little overwhelming sometimes, but I know they really mean it. Chloe I get, but Rachel, we're not that close. So it means a lot that she's so encouraging. Anyway, even if I don't entirely get what's in it for her, Rachel is honestly kind of a mystery to me, one I have to figure out even a year in. I wonder if Chloe's got the puzzle solved. I've always been too shy to ask much about their friendship, but they're always thick as thieves. Thanks, Rachel, I hope so. Don't worry about it. Anyways, I want to finish this up. If that's cool with you, I'll see you in class. Rachel gives a little toss of her hair before focusing back on the wall. I enter the classroom, I head to the back and sit down in my usual seat. Oh God, I'm trying to move the chair in and it's stuck. Yeah. Contrary to Chloe, would have you believe, I don't sit at the back here to slack off like she does. That's where Max sits. That's where... Oh my God, I've already forgotten her name now. I do need a stretch. I am sitting on my foot. That's where Rachel sits, is here. You can't see it, and you can't see where my mouse is, so ignore everything I just said. Speaking of Chloe, I can see her sauntering in with Rachel. She grabs a couple of chairs and drags them noisily across the tiles so that she and Rachel can sit with me. Chloe looks like she's already prepared to nap all the way through class. Typical. Rachel, on the other hand, she's got top marks even though she's more into being in photos, not taking them. She'd already got a textbook open and she's running a paint-stained finger down the page. Victoria walks in a moment later with Taylor at her side. She glances at me and then immediately looks away when she catches me looking back. Her lips are pressed together in a hard line as Taylor chatters in her ear. I guess she's not in a gossipy mood today. Casey is over by the window. She mouths hello to me as she takes her spot, organising her boots to a neat pile. Good morning, Clash. What a lovely Monday morning. Thank you. There's a few grumbles here and there. Chloe's the loudest. Mixed dog. Ignores them all. As you all know, I told... He's Hot Dog Man. It's Mr. Jefferson, Hot Dog Man. Or Hot Dog. Yeah, that's the facial features and the glasses and the hair is Mr. Jefferson. And then the hot dog is from the TV series Hot Dog Man from Life is Strange. So as a combination, it's a mixed dog. I guess they didn't want to have a creepy teacher as the teacher in this kind of game. As you all know, I told you last week I have a big surprise coming. Well, the day has come for me to announce the second annual Blackwell photo contest. It would just be a hot dog. Oof. Next week, Chloe and Rachel shoot me looks. It's Kingdom. Oh no. Called it. Victoria stiffens in her seat and sits up a little straighter. Kate smiles, of course. She's as bright as the spot of sun she's sitting in. Now, the content will be a little different from last year's. You have to pick a partner because the content's motif is the bonds between people. That doesn't mean you both have to be in a photo, although that's not against the rules. The photo can be of anything. Your bond will be expressed through working together. Sorry, just finishing off that water so I can pour my Coke. I want to see all kinds of photos represented. I encourage all of you to enter. At the end of the week, each pair will submit their photos. Of course, I'll be judging to pick a winner. As for the prize, the winner will have their photo displayed in front of the entrance of the May building and featured in the Blackwell totem. We have until Friday. Shit. If I wind up entering, I'm gonna have to start thinking about that right away. Who am I kidding? Of course I'm gonna enter. Mixed Dogs turns to survey the class, hands on their hips. One thing you should keep in mind, be certain of who you choose for a partner because you can't change once you've picked. You'll both need to work together to create a photo, no cooperation, no entry. I was starting to feel a little bit nervous about this whole thing. Sure, I've been taking photos as long as I can remember, but I've never collaborated with someone else like this before. What? Wait. Let me refresh that. Thank you for the donation. I didn't even realize. I'm sorry. It's adventure. Go. What? Why is there a? Yeah. Oh, Adventure Sleepy. That was you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, you can't link it up to the stream, so that's why I've literally clipped a little bit off of the website for the donation page just to stick it up. Yeah, thank you again. Yeah, I should see it. Okay, I've got it playing as well in the corner of my computer because the game's square, so it gets me to see chat and the stream, so I'll make sure to check every so often. But yes, thank you. I have no idea who to ask and almost no time to make up my mind. I'm curious, are we going to pick who we do it with, or is it going to force me to do it with Rachel? Sorry, Victoria. Fidgeting nervously, I glance around the classroom. I can already see people murmuring to one another about their plans. Chloe, who's half asleep, raises her eyebrows at me when I meet her gaze. I guess she wasn't so zoned out when she wasn't listening. Rachel winks when I look at her, and I think about how much practice she's had posing for photos. Everyone knows that she wants to be a model. Yeah. Kate waves her fingers at me, smiling encouragingly. She doesn't have to say anything for me to know what she's thinking I should enter. Victoria, she stiffens a little, but doesn't look away immediately. This time, she holds my gaze. I'm not sure if she's issuing a challenge. The choice is mine. I should ask anyone. Nothing's stopping me but my own shyness. The worst that could happen is that I'll be turned down. Which honestly seems completely mortifying if I'm going to be real here. But I'll be even more disappointed with myself if I don't enter at all. Who should I ask? See, I would ask her. Oh my god, I'm terrible at names. Chloe, Rachel, Victoria. Why am I forgetting her name? Oh my god. Help me. What's her name? But they're the one I would pick, I think. Part of me wants to do Rachel, purely for the fact of the interestingness of it all. Oh no, I don't know. Why? I should have prepared this. I should have known I had to pick between these four. See, I could do Chloe, but I think Chloe it's too set up. In a good way. Like, they're there already. An insight into my decision making. Terrible. Yeah, I'll do Chloe. Are you sure you want to choose Chloe? Hold on, wait. No, click no. Can I click save? Empty slot. Return. Yes. Okay. Achievement unlocked. Partners in crime. Found one achievement. Bonus photo unlocked. Cool. There's nothing like the tried and true. I know Chloe would be willing to help me. It's practically cheating to ask her. But if the theme is bonds between people, then what a better choice than my partner in crime. I lean over to the desk towards her. Hey, old faithful. Chloe snorts. That makes me sound like someone that should be taken out behind a barn and shot. It's a geyser, not a dog. Webs. Chloe's mouth twitches. She reaches up under her beanie, knocking it askew as she combs her fingers through her hair. Yeah. Will you pretty please help me with the contest, dearest Chloe? Her voice is pitched up. She sounds like a mouse. I do not sound like that. Yes. No, I don't. I mean, yes, I'll help you with the contest. And you do sound like that. A little. Wait, really? Your voice gets a little... I give her a shove, laughing. No, the contest. You want me to enter? Duh, I'll finally get to ride the victory train with you. Well, as well as I was sure that Chloe would help. Oh no, that's okay. But hearing her say it feels really good. We've always stuck together on everything. At least we did before I had to leave. We were at one another's side for so many years. Almost all my best memories have Chloe in them. Sometimes I wish we can go back to those days. But we're still symbolic as we ever were, even if we're pretty different now. Different interests, different styles, but still friends. That's how I know that it is real. Well, that's if I win. It's not even up for debate. You'll blow it out of the water. We're interrupted by a mixed dog trailing back to the front of the classroom and clearing their throat. Alright. I've got to get into today's lecture. If you haven't picked a partner yet, then be sure that you do before class lets out. I settle back in my seat as the lesson begins, but I can barely focus. All I can think about is the contest. When class lets out, it feels like hours later, and I leap out my seat. Thank God we didn't have to. I didn't have to read out a lecture. I missed that. I think my wait. Oh no, I didn't. I can go back. Tail takes her time to getting up, reaching to scratch herself under the arm. Oh, I think my buzz is already working off. It's school's fault. Thank you for the lurk. Hope you're doing good. Nothing's ever your fault. Not at all. I've grown, that's my Chloe. So this content thing, you're gonna help me see another A+ for the first time in like 4 years, right? Chloe, it's a contest, not an assignment. Right, we'll split the $1 million. I'm not sure that we're gonna win $1 million. We'll split, what, half mil? Quarter? 10 grand? Chloe, winning is our own reward. Jesus, calm down there, Pollyanna. We can decide what to do with the prize after you win. I'm pretty sure there is no prize, and it would be us winning, not just me. As you say, I'm just here for the victory train, remember? More like the gravy train. Gravy? Chloe clutches her stomach dramatically. I already knew what to say. Maybe we can go to the 2 Wells tomorrow morning. Genius, Max, if I can hold off my craving for that long. Can you believe Joyce still won't do takeout? Actually yes, I completely believe that. Then I'm gonna blaze my way through math class, literally, behind the bleachers, because I'm not going to math class. Classic. My voice is dry, which Chloe picks up on, but doesn't seem to bother her. I'll text you later. I'll be waiting for it. Chloe cuffs me on the shoulder, and she grabs her bag and goes to sneak off with her smoke out spot, while I go to Mix Dog's desk to give them our names for the registration sheet. I've just realised the professor's an MB. That's bad, I've only just noticed. They, them, MX, which is not Mr. or Mrs. I think MX is alternative thingy. The breakfast rush at the Two Wells Diner always takes me by surprise, even though I've been coming here since I was a kid. The atmosphere is always electric. The frantic energy of the bustling staff. I'm pretty sure there's only 2 staff. The impatient, hungry truckers perched at the lunch counter like hulking, churlish birds on a wire. The sleepy locals slumped in their booths over steaming mugs of coffee. I've been here nursing my own coffee for 10 minutes now. This morning I woke up to a text Chloe sent me at 2 AM asking me to meet her at the diner at 8 sharp for the breakfast. She's late, of course. I should probably be more annoyed than this, but I'm kind of used to it. Chloe tries, but she's never been able to keep up to her schedule. It's kind of a miracle she manages to make it to her classes on time most of the days. I suppose this means I should be more worried about asking Chloe of all people to help me with my entry for the photo contest. But no, Chloe never lets me down when I need her. Not ever. As she's not starting today, I can't stop the smile that spreads across my face when Chloe enters the diner. She scans the room, panting a little, looking devilish. Oh, I got another donation. I completely missed that. Oh my god, I'm terrible. I'm sorry. Again, thank you. Sorry, oh god. Hold on, I've messed up. Hold on. Okay, it's all good now. Yes, thank you again. Sorry, I've completely missed it again. Thank you. Hey, sorry I'm late. She slides into the booth with effortless cool, shooting me the most charming apologetic smile. You mad? You mad? No, you can't be. Yeah. Envy hot dog. We envy the hot dog. I laugh, shaking my head and taking a sip of my coffee. This is actually pretty punctual for you. I'm impressed. Chloe laughs too, looking visibly relieved. She slides back into the booth, beaming playfully and knocking her foot against mine beneath the table. I don't know, not bad, right? Chloe grins at me like we're kids again, like we're sharing a secret. Even though I back in Arcadia Bay for a year now, there's something about being on the receiving end of her smiles again that still kind of takes my breath away. I can tell I'm staring at her with what must be the dopiest look on my face, but I can't help it. Deliberately, I drag my eyes from her face and scan the diner, licking my lips. You hungry? God, yes. Chloe cranes her neck dramatically, looking around the diner. God. Where's Joyce anyway? I'm gonna die of starvation before she even takes my order. She's your mum, Chloe. Say, where's my mum? Then she'll be childless, and you'll be partnerless. My sad, hungry ghost will forever be bound to the two wells, cursed to haunt the greasy truckers and painfully slow wait staff for eternity. Not so fast, Casper. Chloe snorts. I kick her lightly beneath the table and continue. Despite the interruption, Josh should be out with the food any minute. It's like flipping a switch. Chloe's fate lights up, the previous conversation immediately stricken from her memory. She leans forward, seizing my hand in hers and dragging them across the table. Max, you've been my best friend since we were kids. My first mate, my partner in crime, and now the girl who buys me breakfast. I'm ready to take it to the next step. Max, will you do me the great honor of marrying me and buying me food for the rest of our lives? She's been doing this more and more lately, saying things that could be joking but also be, well, flirting. I just can't figure out if Chloe's being deliberately confusing or I'm just such a colossal social dunce that I can't tell the difference. If that's not true to me, I can't tell what else is. Chloe wiggles her eyebrows, squeezing my hand playfully. Max? I laugh awkwardly, feeling a blush rise on my face and yank my hands out of her grip. Who said I'm buying? Chloe pouts, bottom lips jetting out dramatically. You know, I did just offer to spend the rest of my life with you. Least you could do is offer to pay for my... Wait, what did you get me? Eggs and bacon. Your favorite favorite bacon side of eggs. Chloe slams her palm down on the table excitedly. Hot damn, now we're talking. Joyce bustles out of the kitchen a few minutes later, expertly balancing trays loaded with breakfast foods. Chloe smirks mischievously, leaning forward in the booth, no doubt with some cheerful antagonistic on the tip of her tongue. But the morning rush is so hectic that Joyce barely has time to set our plates down in front of us before tearing across the restaurant to attend the family of 5 that just filed up last free booth. Chloe looks briefly disappointed that she lost the opportunity to annoy her mother, at least until she remembers there's food in front of her. Chloe eats with a sort of single-minded ferocity not uncommon with wild dogs. She's about to get the same level of manners too, I remember. Think of all the times she had stolen food right off my plate and unconsciously hunching over my meal when she looks up and starts eyeing my waffle. You gonna finish that? Yes. Down, girl. I pull my plate across the body, closer to my body, and wave the fork menacingly in her direction. Chloe pouts, fixing me with the best puppy dog eyes. No, worth a shot. Clara shrugs and leans back into the booth. So I bet you're pretty pumped about getting started in your project, huh? I bite my lip, shifting my gaze from Chloe's eager face to the window facing the street. Thank you. You're so kind. I watch a food cars pass by, trying to gather my thoughts. I guess I'm excited, but I glance back to Chloe, unable to stop the smile that tugs at the corner of my mouth. She always knows when there's something I'm not saying. But I'm pretty nervous too. I still can't believe I actually volunteered for the contest. I can. Chloe says it like it's just a fact. I feel butterflies flutter in my stomach, nervous for a whole other reason now. Confidence has always seemed to come as easy as breathing to Chloe, and I get it. She's tough and beautiful and smarter than she gives herself credit for. That all makes sense, but it's her unwavering confidence in me that I can't wrap my head around sometimes. Max, you're like the best photographer in school. I know something you get. I know sometimes you get all in your head or about this, but it's really not so complicated. Of course you're gonna kill it here. I smiled gently back, hearing the hesitance at the end of her sentence, but Chloe smoked bashfully, cheeks flushing just slightly, looking up at me through her fringed blue hair like a kid with her hand in a cookie jar. But it was kind of surprising you asked me to help you with your project. What? Chloe shifts in her seat. The food is gone now. She has nothing to distract her from the conversation, so she grabs a packet of sugar from the center of the table, tearing it open and pouring the contents out into shapes on the tabletop. Joe's gonna be so pissed. I mean, there are lots of, good photographers in that class, Max. I basically only took photography so I could hang out with you and Rachel at school a few times a week. Chloe, you're my best friend. There's no one else I'd rather have in my corner for stuff like this. Chloe looks up from a pile of sugar carefully shaping into swirls in the corner of the table. Best friend? Her tone is light, but she looks on her face makes me feel like I didn't say quite the right thing. My first mate, partner in crime, the guy I buy breakfast for. Chloe's face breaks out with a wide grin and cheeks pink. In that case, can I order another? No. Chloe laughs. Worth a shot. So I guess we better get started on this thing. The rules say you need to take photography somewhere in Arcadia Bay. Do you know where you want to go? I know. Yeah, I have some place in mind. Yay! I hiked to the lighthouse. Hike to the lighthouse is as pleasant as I remember. Chloe keeps chatting my ear off as excited as a puppy. Oh man, it was such a great idea. Remember all the adventures we had here as pirates? Even hid treasure somewhere. I remember we buried into the woods. What even was in that box? Some pictures, I think. Maybe candy. That must be mummified by now. I laugh because I have this one picture in my head of a piece of candy wrapped in mummy bandages. And I tell Chloe she laughs as well and bumps our shoulders together. I feel my smile growing wider. Yeah. Kinda wish it was voice acted, but I guess that would ruin it a bit. Purely for the fact of my voice is dying. Dude, this is perfect. We have all these great memories here. You are so gonna nail that photo contest. I laugh, but it sounds nervous, forced. I clear my throat. I mean, what matters is that you believe that. I'm not used to talking in games. Like, I didn't talk in coffee talk because it's so much, but this I feel I have to. Chloe spins around to face me, walking backwards up the hill. Don't give me that, Max. You're gonna do an amazing job. You'll do a kick-ass job. I just hum, unconvinced. Chloe grabs me by the shoulder, stopping short and bringing me to a halt. I'm serious. I believe that, Max. I believe in you. I can't help but smile. Yeah? Yeah, don't you ever doubt that, hippie. She winks at me and starts walking by my side again. Finally, the trees grow sparse as we come in sight of the lighthouse. It looks so much smaller than I remember. Older too, like the years of salt and wind chipped away all of its life and colour. The sea is still grey below us. Arcadia Bay lies peaceful on the shore. The sky is perfectly blue, almost blindingly so. I feel a prickling sensation in the back of my neck. Suddenly being here feels off, though I can't put my finger on why. Almost as if you see my discomfort. Chloe nudges my shoulder. Okay, no worries. Thank you, and thanks again. Hope you have a good day, evening, morning, night. Thank you. What's up with you all of a sudden? It's smaller than it used to be. Wait, what's smaller than it used to be? Oh, smaller than it, yeah. Oh, cool, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. Yes, thank you. I am mute. Oops. Thank you for thank you for the raid. And hello. Yeah. See, this is why it's handy having people here to tell me that I'm mute. Hey. Yes, Sunny, thank you for the money, for the donation. And was it Alison as well? I think it is. So thank you them for donating, and thank you for the raid. What were you streaming and how was it going? I'm currently playing a Life is Strange dating simulator, and it looks like it's going bad, but it's going good. In this one, it's sort of like an alternate reality where Jefferson is a non-binary hot dog, and everything's good. Ooh, how was that? That's quite cool. Yes, right, back to the sad talkings. It is really good. I came across it on Itch.io, I think. And yeah, it's free. And I was trying to look for games to play that are kind of cool but short. And yeah, this popped up, so I'm like, okay, I have to. I'm glad it was good. Yeah, right, let's get back to sad conversation. I feel it too, I can't explain it either. Maybe it's just weird coming up here with you after all these years being older. Everything feels shrunk and quieter. Well, let me adjust. Yesterday when I was setting this up. Oh no. Haha. Chicken attack's not worked. Sorry, my bad. Hold on. Give me a second. That's the wrong one. Sound alerts. There you go. Right. Old. Add. Browser source. Add. Yeah, it's a... Sorry, hold on, give me a second. I just need to try and fix out the sound alerts. No, you didn't break it. I forgot to check it because it wasn't working yesterday when I was trying it out. Right, well, let me do some stuff quickly. Manage reward request. Right. Come on. Oh, it didn't come through. Hold on, give me a sec. That's so weird, it doesn't... Okay, it should be working now. Library sounds, channel points, chicken attack, 1,000 points. Here you go, I'll just play it now for you. Chicken attack, chicken attack. That's the first time that's ever actually shown before. That's never popped up. Did you hear it though? Because I didn't hear it. I'll play it again for you. Hold on. I can hear it. Okay, we can all hear it. Okay, good. It's just weird. It doesn't show that it's actually. Okay, as long as you heard it. Did you hear the sounds? If you heard the sounds, it's all good. I'll leave it as.
I started blasting. Bang, bang. Now I don't see so good, so I missed.
Okay, good. Right, okay, let me get the... Where is it? Right, let me... Where is it? Where are you? There? There it is. Sweet, okay. Right, let's get it all back up and go on. Okay, right. Let's rewind a little bit. We're coming up here with you after all these years being older. Everything feels shrunken and quieter. I can't bring myself to say anything, so I just nod. Chloe startles me by putting her arm around my shoulders and pulling me close to her side. Don't be sad about it, Max. That's still kind of nice, right? The sea glittering under the sun. I let my head rest on her shoulder. Yeah, it's beautiful. We stay quiet like that for a few minutes. I love how there's no need for words between us. It's always been like that since we were kids. Even when we were very little, there were still times we would play in complete silence. Thank you. Okay, I do hope that you can hear it because I'm just bopping my head for no reason. Complete silence. No, didn't you hear it? No. Why is no one working? Browser source 2. Oh, you heard it. Okay, you can all hear it, so it's just me going mad. Oh, okay. I was like, oh no, don't say it's not. Okay, good. Perfect syncs, my mum used to say. We're so quiet, our parents would pop by our rooms to see if we had fallen asleep. Good old sounds. But I don't remember being next to Chloe ever feeling so nice. The warmth radiating from her is soothing. I could probably stay like this forever. Just as I think so, she tenses up beside me. I look at her and her brows furrowed. She's chewing her lip as she always does when she's searching for the right words to say. I feel my stomach tighten uncomfortably in anticipation. Burrows. Oops. Then finally, after what feels like hours, she speaks. Max, there's something I need to tell you. Chloe's eyebrows are doing that thing where they bunch up before she blurts out something awful. I feel my heart sped up in my chest, a fast thumping in my throat. I swallow. What is it? Max, I'm leaving Arcadia Bay. For the first time first thing I feel is relief. I'm scared she was sick, or Joyce was sick. Chloe has gotten into some sorts of really bad trouble. Then the words truly dawn on me. You're leaving? No. She's not looking at me. I have to resist the urge to go up on my toes to meet her nose to nose. Yeah, I've been thinking about it for a long time. I mean, you know that. I just decided that fuck it, I should do it. I really should do it. So I started planning stuff and I'm leaving in the end of the week. You can't leave if the bear is destroyed. Very true. I feel like I've been punched in the gut. I see. Why now? I pull away from her side. Why leave now? Yep. Chloe glances at me, then looks away again, her lips tightening. I hate seeing her like this, but I can't pretend I'm not distressed. Dude, it's a now or never thing. I'm done saying I'm gonna do it and sitting on my ass. I kind of feel like I'm falling. I wish she had just looked at me. Without eye contact. My voice is just spiraling out of control. Chloe, I mean, why not? Like, in the summer, did something happen with Joyce or Rachel? That gets her to look at me again. It's not a personal attack, Max. It kind of feels like getting left behind. Ooh. Ooh. Burn, Max. People that didn't know, in the original game, she left for half a decade without telling Chloe, so... And I stop short. There's a moment where we're just looking at each other. Yep. Eyes harden and I look at my shoes and bite down on my lip. I startle when Chloe steps into my face and hugs me tight and warm. I'm sorry, that was shitty. Is she doing the love sign? That however you do it. Press my nose against her shirt. It smells like smoke and sugar. Oh, shitty first. I'm so sorry. I squeeze my eyes shut against her shoulder. I just don't want us to be apart. After a long moment, Chloe pulls away but keeps her arms loose around my shoulder. Listen, Max, I'm not leaving because I hate Arcadia Bay. I know I say that, I say it a lot, but I don't really. Not with all these memories I made with you, Rachel, my dad. I just... Okay. Thank you. Thank you. She sighs in frustration. I squeeze her elbow softly to reassure her. I know some people that have never left the Bay. They're born here, they lived here, they died here, and never once set foot out of town. I'm so fucking afraid that I'm going to turn out like that. I won't let that happen. I nod. Don't look so sad, it's not like I'm never coming back. I just stay away for a couple of days. Oops, I'll change the settings. Or I don't know, weeks. Maybe it depends on how well I can handle myself out there, really. I'm not again faster trying to process her words. She really is serious about this. There's nothing I can do to stop her. Or maybe I really shouldn't try. If this is so important to her, we should go through with it. Still, a painful knot tightens up in my throat. She nudges my shoulder. Come on, Max, I call you every day. I might text you every time something cool happens, which, let's face it, will be all the time. I smile at her, but I can't find any words to say. I can't quite bring myself to look her in the eye either. She shoves her hands in her pocket and shuffles to her feet. Max, come on, say something. This is like... spooky quiet. I bite my lip. Chloe, I get why you're doing this. And you're right. I want you to do what will make you happy, I promise. I just can't... I just have to wrap my mind around it after the fact that you're really actually leaving. Yeah, spooky quiet. She's squeezing my shoulder. Stop squeezing shoulders. And tapping toes. And nose. Oh my god, what's it called? I can't remember. Okay, no worries. Love you too. Thank you for coming in. And it has been too long. Can't wait to see you on Wednesday. And see Heathers. Which I'm quite excited to see, to be honest. And I'm glad I watched the movie, so at least I kind of know what I'm going to expect, kind of. Yes. Thank you again. Goodbye. Yeah. But you deserve this, Chloe. You all deserve a chance to get out of this town. Definitely food. You can't go to London. You can't go anywhere without food. But especially London. There's too many food places that's in your face all the time. But you deserve this, Chloe, and deserve a chance to get out of this town and live your life. And I hear my voice break. Wow. Thank you. Wow. I look up and Chloe and her eyes are big and warm. I'm going to miss you. She laughs breathily. Shit, Max, I'm not gone yet, and it's not like I'll be away forever. Chloe pulls and rubs her nose like she always does when she's getting emotional. I'll miss you too. I touch briefly at my eyes and smile at her. I'm curious to know what that would look like if you briefly touched your eyes in that circumstance. Chloe gives another little laugh, pushes her beanie back with one hand and settling the other on her hip. Jesus, look like getting all mushy. Come on, we have like 3 more days to ourselves. Let's make them autumn. I grab her hand and squeeze it tight. Yeah, let's make them the best. You forgot the photo. You forgot to do the photo. My head feels heavy when I wake up the next morning, and I swipe 4 times on my phone's alarm instead of the usual 2. Yep. Goodbye. It takes me a blurry couple of seconds of rubbing my eyes and stretching to remember why my mind feels weighed down. Oh, Chloe, I promised myself last night I won't be too upset about Chloe jetting. jet setting off, at least on the outside. I meant what I said yesterday. I do understand on the logical level why she wants to leave, and I really sincerely want her to be happy. And it would make me the biggest hypocrite. Ow. Hypocrite in Oregon to call her out on leaving me behind in Arcadia Bay as she goes off to explore the world. I know that, but I loved having her back in my life. It's taught me that some people really are irreplaceable. Chloe most of all. I'm not crazy about the idea of losing that again, losing her. Yeesh, right after I told myself I wouldn't be mopey too. Time to get it all together, self. I roll out of bed, starting pulling my clothes and things together. What's really important is to focus on Chloe. Make the most of our time together. I need to get my morning muzziness out of my head first, but I'd really like to do something special for her. Make sure her parting memories of Arcadia Bay are good ones. Give her a compelling reason to come back. Okay, Meg, you're gonna miss Chloe. How about we dwell on that after she's actually left? That's smart. Oh, we're gonna need to take a photo, a good photo, an award-winning photo. Sometimes I feel like time is actively working against me. That's ironic. Time to go splash some water on my face. Meg's sadness hour is over. It's about time this day got rolling. But of course, when the door swings open, a small weed hits me like a truck. My heart goes speedy again. Hey, bedhead. Morning, burnout. She grins at me, lowering her joint, leaning back against the sink. She looks loose-limbed and carefree. It's early in the morning, arms bare and hair moused. Looks like she's waiting around to raise some hell with Rachel again this morning. I know I must look like a mess, but at least it's nothing she hasn't seen before. I cross by her to the sink to her left, leaning over it, splashing some water on my face, exhaling against my fingers. Okay. Chloe's looking at me, I can feel it. You doing okay, Max? I straighten up and glance at her before patting off my face. Yeah, I'm fine, I'm not a morning person. Who is? She's still looking at me a little searchingly, her joint glows ember red between her fingers. You sure though? Your eyes are kinda... She makes a vague gesture with her hand, indicating my entire face, which isn't exactly helpful. All smudgy like. Too small. Thanks. Thinking about you. Just thinking about you, I guess. At that, her grin spreads wide. And she leans towards me, bracing both her hands either side of the sink. Oh, really? For a second, I blink at her and she raises an eyebrow. Then I get it. Oh, you wish. I shove her shoulder and she's always sways back, laughing. I giggle too, and I wish I hadn't already doused myself. Doused? It would be suspicious to do it twice. And a contest too, but somehow you manage to distract me even when you're not there. Chloe grins and rubs her joint out against the sink. I'm counting on that. Anyway, Rachel will be here in a few minutes. Apparently today is going to be the big goodbye day. The word goodbye just drops another rock in a pit of my stomach, but I just nod. Is that your way of subtly telling me that you're out of Kool-Aid stained hair? First of all, how dare you suggest this colour comes from anything but the finest bottle of Manic Panic Bad Boy Blue Amplified hair dye. A normal name for hair dye. Actually, probably yes. Second, absolutely not. Hippie. I was planning on running into you. She meets my eyes again and I straighten a little, reach up to pinch a water droplet out my bangs. Yeah, why? For one thing, you look cute first thing in the morning. Your hair's all floofy. As I'm brushing down my admittedly floofy hair with my fingers, she continues. Also, Rachel has booked me all day, but I wanted to know what your plans were. My plans? Yeah, hopefully I'll be free later on today. So if you wanted to do something like for the contest, or... She shrugs suddenly, unsure, and flicks her smushed joint into the stool from across her. It misses the drain by about 2 feet. Yeah, same. But just the fact that Chloe's still thinking about the contest first, about me, even in the face of this huge shift in her life. I definitely want to hang out. But maybe today can just be a Max and Chloe day. She looks at me surprised. Looks at me again surprised, then she grins. Dude, every day is Max and Chloe day. I fucking tell Louise. Have you got something in mind? Not yet, but I will by the time this afternoon rolls around. It's a surprise. Chloe's eyes go even brighter. Sweet, give me something to look forward to as I suffer through all the skater bro tears. I'm gonna break their hearts. She just nods cheerfully. They'll get used to it. Her phone bleeps and we both look down. Chloe checks the message and then shoves it back in her pocket. Rachel, she's waiting outside apparently. She lives off this shit, you know. I think men's tears might make her younger or something. It does sound like Rachel. Mystical, powerful, and daunting. Go easy, alright? I kind of feel bad for them. No promises. She reaches out and ruffles my hair with one hand. I'll catch you later, dork. And I'll text you when I can meet up. Okay, tell Rachel I'm expecting her to be the responsible one. Men's tears, yeah. She already knows, but I will do. She winks at me, then slips to the bathroom door. So that gives me the half hour before class starts to think of something special for Chloe. Good, Max. Great forward thinking. Playing a balancing act of thinking about Chloe and getting ready for the class is even harder than I thought it would be. Well, I'm bummed she's cutting class and I won't be able to see her. It's not as though it's the first time she's ever done it. Also, I'm kind of glad to be lined up as the person she comes back to at the end of the day. Keeps me feeling significant. Even though it's probably poor planning to let the contest take the day off when we only have 3 contest days on. I think it's a good idea to have some time for Chloe and I to just focus on each other. Plus, if she's going to be busy for the most of the day, that gives me a bit of plan for the photo in the meantime. Yeah, and what I want to do for Chloe today. I think I'd like to have something to give her, some kind of memorabilia to remind her of Arcadia Bay. Or me. For a moment that makes me smile, the idea of a white knight Chloe receiving a token from her lady fair. Started again. Before setting off a grand Arthurian journey, then I catch myself. Geez, schoolgirl crush much, Max. I shake my head, push that more than semi-worrying thought out of my mind for now, and focus on thinking on the gift Chloe might like. After spending a couple of seconds looking around my room, I come up with what I think are 3 of Chloe options. Ooh. See, it's rather the pirate photo or the mixtape. Sorry, the thing's glitching out. Pirating. So I'll do the pirate photo. You're cooking food. I saw that photo of Chloe and I as pirates. Pirate tweeds in my dresser. Oh, nice. What you cooking? We're still a little doughy faced and goofy, but we're both smiling bright. Ooh, very nice. What toppings are you gonna have? Everything. It's one of my favourite pictures of us together, but I have so many great photos of Chloe to hang on to while she's gone. I've not had pancakes in a while. Nice. I think that would be a sweet way to keep me in her thoughts. Pirate adventurers together in the spirit, at least. Maybe after class I can go out and buy a frame for it. spruce it up a little bit. Sounds like a plan. What's really important is making this day about Chloe. I want her to feel like I'm supporting her decision, not holding her back. It's hard walking the balance of knowing I'm really, really going to miss her and being happy for her, knowing she's doing what she wants to do. Chloe deserves the world and more, but I just hope her happy ending isn't one where we're apart. Mine definitely isn't. Her getting ready to leave is starting to make me feel really realize that. I'm starting to think I should have put that into words before this week. Just as I'm running the risk of riding the train back all the way into Mopesville though, my phone beeps. Luckily too, because apparently I only have 2 minutes to get to class. I hurried shrug my bag over my shoulder, scrolling through the text with my other hand. Looks like I'll be free around 4. That work for you? My schedule is totally clear. I'm at your beck and call. Intriguing. You gonna give me a hint about the surprise or what? Well, I think you'll like it. Dude, of course I'm gonna like it. More specific. Yep. For the most part. Sadly. Nope, I wanna watch you shiver with anticipation. You're lucky I love you because you're being the email. Just finish the damn. Whatever, okay, I'll see you at 4. Also, Max Light, thanks for doing this. I know you're busy with the contests and school and stuff, and it's great to be able to hang out with you still. I'm glad we can. Rocky Horror. I've never watched Rocky Horror. Patient. Oh yeah, of course, nothing like the best for my BFF. Yeah, see you later. Don't be late for the date. I'm gonna start charging for you though. I end up getting into Max Dog's class 3 minutes late, but even the darkest of Victoria's guys can't wipe the stupid grin off my face. Oh, okay. That's cool. It's Wednesday, my dudes. It's 10 minutes to 4, and I'm actually starting to hope I can rely on Chloe's ironic lateness. I end up getting to the boardwalk later than I expected. Scrabbling to get my work done for class tomorrow and getting caught up in the brainstorming for the contest. In the end, I just decided to text Chloe asking if she would mind meeting up here. She's the one with the truck after all. And it's faster than Blackwell's bus. Even if it's upkeep, it's similarly doubtful. I dare to say that my truck's face. But okay, we'll meet you at the boardwalk. It's so atmospheric here too, it's hard to stay focused. All the bright colours of storefronts and the soft sound of the sea in the distance makes me want to soak up the atmosphere. This is one of the only places in Arcadia Bay that continually feels lively. I've always been more inclined to the quieter parts of town, especially for photography. But there's still something so magical about places like this, on the border between civilization and nature. I wonder if Chloe's searching for more places like this, bustling, shining with colour and sound. She's definitely somewhere who's drawn to places and people that present life with vigour. Is she even looking for something, or is she just desperate to leave this place specifically? Well, it's not like I'm going to figure that out just by standing here thinking about it. The only person who can answer that question is Chloe. Right now I need the time to make sure her gift is perfect. It was hard to decide what kind of frame to decorate the picture of between Max and Chloe with, so in the end I just picked a simple one. As usual, it's what's inside that really counts. Even framed you can still see the photos. Okay, no worries. You see the photos a little dog-eared and wrinkled from all the time I've had it. Hopefully Chloe will find it endearing rather than careless. At the very least, it will remind her that she's in my thoughts. I hope she'll like it. Just as I've held it up a little to inspect it in the sunlight, I hear a shout from behind me. Max! I turn around quickly, hiding both hands behind my back to see Chloe a few yards away climbing out from the truck, beaming. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I've missed things. Okay. It's all good. Nope. There you go. Hey. I'll wave with one hand and try my best. Oh wait, no, have I done Oh, come on. Nope, I've messed up. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to adjust the raised thing, because that's better. Better than what it was. Barely have... Welcome back, you missed me yawning. I wave with one hand to try my best to be subtle, slipping her gift back into my bag as she starts ambling over in my direction. We barely have time to look back up again before Chloe's right in front of me, wrapping her arms around my waist and lifting me nearly an inch off the ground. Ack! Ah, no. Just in time for the yawn. You're a sight for sore eyes. Put me down. She does, her hands are settled on my hips as she leans back and looks at me, grinning at my half-hearted scowl. It really is. Don't pretend you're not happy to see me. Of course I'm happy to see you. That only makes her look more smug. So what's the damage? Chloe shrugs. Well, I think 6 years were added to Rachel's life. She told me to say hi, and by the way, I'll have to say hi back later. She's counting on it. Chloe lets go of me and starts moving towards the edge of the wooden slats beneath us. She gestures for me to follow her, and I hurry to match pace with her again. So why meet up here? Well, I appreciate the romantic atmosphere. Well, you know, only the best for you. She grins, satisfied. Is this your best, then? She tilts her head back, looking at me from beneath her eyelids, almost like a dare. Smiling with her incisors. I know that look. It's supposed to make me catch me off guard. Yep. I think it's more like choose your own partner more than anything. I don't know. What are incisors? I know of them, but I don't know what they are. Say something stupid probably so she can laugh at me, but I've been getting better at playing this game. I raise my chin, put one hand on my hip, even as I feel my heart flutter. Disappointed? That gets her to grin even wider, and all the challenge goes out of her face, laughing and tipping her head back. Never. Anyway, I actually needed to come here to pick up a few things. Chloe's eyes light up. She turns to face me, back and elbows balancing against the fence that separates the sidewalk and the sand. Like what? New film and... She looks so eager. As usual, she's seen right through me. Still, it could be fun to tease her a little longer. And more coloured pencils and... She's grinning. Still grinning, but now she's staring at me, a little unsure. I decide to cut her some slack. And something for you. She brightens up, springing up straight up again. I can't help but grin back. My hand coming up, wrapped around my bag straps. Score, I knew it. Subtle as a sledgehammer, Max. When she comes up to me, all the way in my space, and eyes roving around me curiously. It's hard to stand my ground. I have to tilt my head back a little to look into her eyes. So where is it? You sure you want it right now? Yes, give. One of her hands shakes underneath my arm towards my bag. I shiver involuntarily as it brushes against my waist, and then I smack it away, shoving the bag further behind my back. Grabby. Guilty as charged. Come on, Max, show me the money. I roll my eyes, but she beams insistently at me. I reach back into my bag and withdraw it carefully. Okay, but it's your fault that there's no element of surprise. Chloe rolls her eyes back when she frees rolls her eyes when she's the frame. but she's smiling when she takes it from me. She looks over it for a moment and her eyes widen. It's us. Yeah, baby Pratt, Chloe and Max. Chloe holds the frame closer to her face, looking over it with new intent. God, when was this even taken? I think I'm missing teeth. Oh man, you still have that awful haircut? No element of surprise for you. I went since she last, but when I glance at her again, her expression is so good. Still staring down at the photo. What is it? She glances back up at me surprised and huffs a laugh and looks between me and the photo again. You're gonna make me miss you too much, dude. Oh, shit, Road, don't do to that. This is so cool. It's staying right in front of me the whole trip. Thanks, Max. Just to make sure you're thinking of us little people from time to time. Yep. She bristles a little at that, tugging her jacket firmly over her shoulders for a moment. I lose eye contact with her. Are you seriously worried about that? As if I could ever forget. As if that isn't the biggest thing to worry about when you find out your best friend is leaving for an intermediate amount of time. Oh, indeterminate amount of time. Especially when you're truly as guilty of that exactly that. Still, I tried to keep my tone light, coming to stand beside her, leaning back on the fence some. Well, you never know. I heard there's a lot of world up there. Chloe is easy to get distracted. Distracted from what? I look at her confused, and the look on her face startles me. It looks like she's really deep in thought, like she's trying to make a decision. Whatever the decision is, she seems to settle on it and looks back at me again. Her eyes are really determined and kind of intense. My mouth goes dry. I feel myself stand up a little straighter. Really? I don't think you're straight. Listen, Max, I wanted... She hesitates just for a moment, and in the space of 1 second her phone bleeps. It's not a loud beep, but both of us jump. We glance at each other, and I giggle as she huffs and reaches for her pocket. My heart is beating way too fast. It's Josh. She wants me to come home early tonight so we can have dinner together or something. I'd barely given any thought to how Joyce might be taking this. Now there's a pang in my chest. You should go, but we have tomorrow and Friday to hang out. Work on the project besides it's your mum. Chloe chews her lip for a moment, then she looks at me suddenly bright-eyed again. Come back to my place. What? She grins at me, bottom lip caught between her teeth. Oh. Come on, it'll be great. And it'll make Joyce happy, you know, just like old times. Cooking dinner together, blanket forts, pillow fights. It's Wednesday, I have class tomorrow. We're definitely going to need to crack down to take the photo contest too. Is this really time to be staging impromptu sleepovers? But Chloe's still beaming at me, insistent and almost whatever, her eyebrows raised and a hand on my hip. If I say okay, I'll regret it later. There's no one to blame but myself. Okay, but we can't stay up too late. But I don't know. It's like Chloe's whole body just illuminates. She straightens and claps her hands together like a kid, her grin scratching wide across her cheeks. Yeah, I can't even pronounce it. Yes. And without much more ado, she grabs my hand and starts dragging me back towards her truck. This is going to be hella awesome. Max Joyce will definitely bring her cooking skills if you're here. I should definitely be feeling some regret or indecision about this poor choice of time management, just like how I should have felt self-control for a few seconds ago. But Chloe's hand is really warm in mine. Yay, it's the room that... I just realised that the American flag in the pictures is the pride flag. But in the actual room it's not. I'm so full I think I might never eat again. Chloe's right, Joyce was excited to see me, probably because it meant another helping hand in the kitchen. The two of us ended up doing most of the work, which is likely the way Chloe planned. Still, we made so much and ate so much, and I don't think I'm going to be able to move again for another couple of hours. Me too. That's why I'm playing them. Chloe and I are on a bedroom floor now, scrawled underneath an admittedly very hardened half-hearted blanket fort, made up of pillows we could find and blankets propped up by Chloe's bedpost and her lamp. This is definitely a fire hazard, just like me. Why not, eh? She's lying on her back, arms folded underneath her head, and I'm on my elbows, leaning back. We've drawn our knees up to conserve space, but our legs are still bracketed around each other. I'm exhausted. There's only, what, 7? Best line, yeah. Ish, that's not a bad thing though. Maybe we'll get to bed at a reasonable hour after all. Chloe groans, shifting a little to spread her arms out wide. Reasonable hour? Oh right, because of the contest. Have you started coming up with a game plan yet? I tilt my head back. Chloe doesn't pay a lot of attention in photography class, but I know she'll do her best with whatever I ask of her. The contest is a lot of pressure on its own, but having Chloe's goodwill resting blindly on me is heavy too. Sort of. Lighthouse should be a good place for the specific shot because it's you and me, right? And we have so many memories there. But Chloe nods a little, her bare feet tap against my ankle. What's going to be hard is working with the wide shots. Everything at the lighthouse is so big, it's going to be hard to capture it all. Still, I think it'll work out. Yeah. Only if you're the subject, I think. That was a creak. There's a loud creak on the floorboard underneath us, and Chloe comes up onto her arms in a matter of a second, eyes wide and wincing at her wrists. As her wrists crack. If I'm the subject? Her surprise startled me too. I nearly lost my balance, upsetting the blanket slightly and hitting my elbow a little too hard against the floor. I thought Chloe already assumed that she would be the subject, but in retrospect I guess both of us were too distracted to actually talk about it. I turn a little red, kind of careless, Max. Yeah, I thought, but I didn't ask. Sorry if you don't want to. That's totally... No, I mean, I'll do it. I just... She glances away, and it takes a little red. And it takes me a second to realise she looks a little shy all of a sudden. Very red, the walls. Though I think that's just the sun coming through. It's such an unfamiliar expression on her that it takes me a second to recognise it. If you wanted a model, you should have asked Rachel. You're eye-catching. I could come across the wrong way though. But I asked you. She just snorts, but she's still not meeting my eyes. I straighten my arms, push myself all the way to look at her better. Rachel does amazing shots, of course. I just have a bad experience with these sort of games, like with the decision-making games, where I go with an option I think is great, but then the outcome is completely different to what I thought it was going to be. So I was just thinking, if I put eye-catching, though I mean well by it, the game might be like, nope, this is a bad decision. No, not that. I would have done that, but it's just because of previous decision-making games. Yeah, they usually screw me over when I pick the correct one. It's like, oh no, you picked this one, but it means in a completely different way. That's alright, no need to be sorry. Thank you for lurking anyways. Thank you, good night. And thank you for the raid as well. Hope you have a good night. But yeah, with the games like this where you have to make decisions, yeah, I think the one of them, it made perfect sense. The answer, it would have been like the best outcome. But the game just flipped it on its head and made them say nothing to what I actually clicked on. So now I go with the safe option opposed to the good option. Rachel's amazing shots, of course, but the theme was bonds between people, right? That finally gets her to glance back at me, but her expression is unreadable. She's still not saying anything, so I go on. The feeling behind the photo is what's really gonna count. Nah. And if it's you or me, then I falter because it's her or me, then what exactly? I don't have the words to describe the bond between me and Chloe. All I know is that it's strong. She watches my face for a couple of seconds, eyes flickering. I almost cringe thinking I've messed up. Then she grins and lies back down again, hands on her stomach. Yeah, fuck yeah, we're gonna kill it. Well, I think that covers the topics. Yeah. Besides, photography is something that happens in the moment. It's not really something you can plan out in advance. It's kind of romantic that way. I look at Chloe again, but she's looking up away from me. I wish I knew what she was thinking about. Chloe and I can read each other so well, but there's still moments where I can't get her in her head. The silence is broken a little by the sound of Joyce passing underneath the stairs, singing softly to herself. Chloe's fingers curl up. I've been silently saying those kind of words purely for the fact that I'm in a busy house. So you ready to talk to Joyce about you going? Chloe glances down at me. Well, look, I didn't know what look I'd made. Chloe glances down at me in surprise, then grimaces and looks back up at the ceiling. I know it would be an uncomfortable subject, but I'm hoping for the best. Yeah, I mean, it didn't exactly go smooth. She cried, Max. It was fucking brutal. I hum sympathetically. Mum tears are the absolute worst. Oh. But in the end, like, she understood. She wants me to be happy, kind of like what you said yesterday. She said that she was the same when she was young too. Her and, my dad. She looks kind of grumpy, like I've said no to her having, like, some of my fries from my meal, kind of thing. Ah. Push the wrong button. Gene pool. She said with the gene pool I had, she shouldn't have expected anything less than a free spirit. Like a bird. I can't think of a better way to describe Chloe. Joyce may have come down to roost, but the price women are meant for flight. Chloe grins lazily up at me. Birds of prey. Then her grin falters and she comes up with her eyebrows again. What about you? Me? Yeah. Are you a bird, Max? Her voice is light, teasing, but there's a serious sort of look in her face. I can't quite decipher it. Unsure, I chuckle, lean back and close my own eyes. Sure. But there's some tug at my foot. I almost come unseated. I prop myself back up with my forearms and look up at Chloe in surprise. Her fingers are still wrapped around my bare ankle and there's searching, almost severe look in my eyes. I'm serious. Seriously asking if I'm a bird? Max. I could be, I think. One of her eyebrows raised and her thumbs rushed past them, not my ankle. I really try not to shiver at this time, but she grins anyways. I kind of feel like she's teasing me somehow. Well, I don't know if I am a bird, but I'd like to be when really free, get to see much of the world, going wherever it's warm. That's nice, and you know, that bird's eye view. When I glance up from her hand around my foot, I don't think that makes sense, or I'm stupid. Probably both. She's staring at me. Her expression is curious, but she looks pleased. A smile tugging on the corner of her mouth, and I feel like I passed. Yay! Well, I think you could be one. She lets go of me and comes to sit up a little straighter, both of us curled forward towards each other. Thanks, Chloe. That means a lot coming from a professional peacock like you. Elbows and feet. Fuck you. I'd be a way cooler bird. Anyway, between you and my mum and Rachel, everyone who actually matters No, now. Well, that's good, right? No loose ends. She looks away from me again, lips curling a little. I hate putting it like that. Something's definitely up with her. I'm not sure if something I'm supposed to ask after her or leave alone. But Chloe knows I'm nosy, so I think she expects it when I push myself forward on my hands towards her. Are you feeling okay? I've just realised there's not David, the stepdad. He's not in it. Warren, I think it is. He's not in it. I guess it's a lesbian dating sim, so I guess that makes sense. But it's weird you've not seen any dudes at all. Like, none. Because, yeah, you've got Warren, you've got the Rachel's on and off boyfriend, you've got Chloe's stepdad. Thinking about it, oh yeah, you got the homeless guy. No, homeless woman. No. David is the... From the second one, the stepdad is the one in the trailer. You know, right at the end when we're running away from the police, and that guy has like this old police radio. The guy who gives us that is Chloe's stepdad, and that's what they were talking about. Is how he's sort of moved away from them all, but they still keep in contact, and they've got a better relationship than what they have, which was very emotional, to be honest, in that, because I was not expecting that connection. But yeah. Yeah, she glances at me surprised, then away again. I'm fine. Nervous? Oh, yeah, you're thinking of, oh my god, the name came in my head and then went straight off. Cassidy, or something. Something like that. Nervous? Then that gets her to look back again. And for a minute I think I've missed it, but then she gives me an airy, disbelieving chuckle. Kinda. I'm not trying for a sympathetic, knowing expression, but I must screw it up because she's immediately shaking her head. Oh, cool. Nice, I got it right. It's not what you're thinking. I'm not nervous about, like, driving or where I'm going to go or whatever. It's just, mouth keeps moving for a moment after her voice trails off. And it's unsettling. I don't think I've ever seen Chloe wordless before. Her lack of brain-to-mouth filter is worrying sometimes, but at least it's consistent. This time I have to lean to the left to catch her eyes again, and she meets them a little wary. Then tell me what I should think. Chloe, I'm not mad at you, you know that, right? I just want to know what's going on with you. I want to get it, like you said yesterday. It's not like you owe me explanation or anything, but you know you can still tell me anything, right? And I'll listen. I want to be there for you. It startles me when she leans forward, not breaking eye contact. For a second our faces are very, very close. Then she crosses her arms across my knees and rests her chin there, looking up. You already are here. Her calves are pressing up around mine now, arms heavy where they draped over my kneecap, and I swallow. She's grinning up at me, cat-like and intrigued. Come on, I was being serious. I curse myself for stuttering, but Chloe doesn't seem to notice, just pushes herself on my knees again. I'm being serious too. Max, it's just cool that you're here. It's cool that we can still hang out and that you're making this time for me and being a dumbass. Being a dumb? But she just laughs, stretching her arms over her head and then flipping up the edge of the blanket beside her. Chill. Anyway, I'm in a movie mood. It'll help us digest. You got any suggestions? Ooh, Final Fantasy Spirits Within. Or Donnie Darko. Okay, you can pick this one. One of the... Oh my god. I've forgotten the name of it now. What is it? Milestones. One of the milestones was you get to pick, so you can pick this one if you want. Final Fantasy or Donnie Darko. Oh, let me save quickly. Okay. No, perfect time for me to quickly be right back. I'm gonna go make a cup of tea. So I will be back. Donnie Darko. Okay. So I have that ready, and I will be right back. And just to let you know, just so I say it, this, not this, where is it? Where is it? That is from the charity website. I just kind of copied and pasted their photos and stuck text on it. But I thought it was relevant, and yeah. But yes, I shall be right back. Hey yo, hello Josh, Pixel. I am back, finally, with tea, but it's not the black tea, black leaf tea. It's matcha tea, which is something different. Just doing a wee little thing. Oh god. I've got a book propped up as a sort of reflector for my light. And yeah, it just moved around a bit. Hey. Yeah, it's going alright, thank you. The game itself is quite fun, which is nice. And I've put £5 in myself, so I've raised £25 so far, which is quite cool. Hello, I am back with a cough and a tea. And Donnie Darko, right. Yes. It's all going good. I think... Oh, god damn it, I'm breaking my book. I think we're near the end. If you cut off 20 minutes of the stream so far, I think we've got like 50 minutes left. I've never watched it. I really need to watch it. Every time I'm like, okay, I gotta watch it, or I see it and it reminds me to watch it, I'm never in the mood to. Which is a pain. Oh, mute myself. I don't want to hear myself, thank you. Oh god, it's just... We're going mad. Yes, definitely. I still have Resident Evil DVDs like tucked up against my computer monitor at my desk. Sorry, hold on, I'm just trying to get the stream back up on my phone. Even though it's ripping through the battery. Cool. What about Donnie Darko? Chloe thinks about it for a second, then nods agreeably. Okay, but you can't complain when it pisses me off. That movie makes no sense. Oh no, spoilers. You've watched it more than I have. Sure, whatever you say, Jake Gyllenhaal. Does that make you Gretchen? Sounds good to me. She was cute in that movie. She tugs me up by hand as we make our way out from the crumbling fort, then slides an arm around my shoulder. Easy as anything. Reading characters. No. I can't do voice acting to save my life. She's still warm. I don't know if it's because of the blanket fort or because of me or because of her, but it's nice to lean into anyways. Okay. I'm kind of sad I've not come across any other characters, but I guess it is all focused around these two at the moment. I'm so jittery I could barely pay attention in class. Every time the light shifts... Okay, I'll do 2 reads from each character. There you go. Every time the light shifts, I get distracted thinking about what to do for the photo, when I should text Chloe, what kind of angle I want to take. Mixed dog. Yes, that's true. That's true. Even if we don't win, this photo is going to be important to me and to Chloe. It's going to be the last thing we do together before she goes. It's going to be ours. I was almost late to class today anyways, which isn't helping my distraction. I forgot Chloe doesn't set alarms, of course. So I just woke up to Joyce yelling at me and Chloe's elbows in my face. Sorry, it really confused me for a second. I was like, she'd only grumbled and rolled over when I'd untangled our legs. When I'd untangled our legs, got dressed and hurried out the door, so she's probably still asleep. I know. No, it's elbow, shoulders, and ankles so far. Just as I think so, my phone buzzes. I have to wait for the teacher to turn around before I can check it. Meet me out front in 10 minutes. In front of the school? Yes, Max, in front of the school. I look out the window, a little anxious, but of course she's not there. Knowing Chloe, she's probably just rolled out of bed, waking up, baking as I think about her. My class ends in 10 minutes. I have another one starting up in 20. I know Chloe knows that. I know that she's planning yet. I don't know what she's planning yet, but wherever it is, it's probably something totally irresponsible. Something Joyce would shake her head disapprovingly at the very least. Waking and baking. Oh no. I shove my phone back into my pocket and do the best to focus back on the lesson. I'm too old for Chloe's shenanigans to give me butterflies. Chloe's out front when I hurry outside after class, so I'm stuck waiting for 5 minutes, checking between the road and the time, and worrying about class and Chloe's regular intervals. I'm checking my phone for the 5th time when I hear 3 sharp honks of a car horn, and I look up to see Chloe's truck parked in front of the academy steps, her grinning at me from the inside. Max with butterflies. Hey there. Wait, no, that's not Chloe. Hi there. I can't do Chloe. Hi there. Hey, Max. I hurry over, slipping my phone back into my pocket, folding my arms up on the gap left by the open window. Hey. Hi. Hey there. Excited to see me? Naturally. Hold on. No, I've not got my Max Polaroid camera. God damn it. That just makes me a grim rider at me and smile back, leaning forward a little so there's less of a barrier between us. Shouldn't you be packing? If I say that, I half expect her to pull out a gun. You really won't get off my case this week. At first she looks startled, then she sees my expression, which I'm sure is just a stupid grin. She beams at me. Thank you. Shooting closer to the window so we're face to face. Don't pull this on me, Coalfield. You're the only one who wanted to partner up in the first place. Because I knew no one else would bear to put up with you. She gasps in mock offense, pressing a hand on her chest, then she just grins again, leaning forward a little more. No one else would possibly be able to handle me. I'm about to retort, hopefully with something shaky and clever, but then our noses brush. Why they're brushing their noses? I hadn't realised she'd gotten so close. Out of instinct, I leaned back a little, surprised. Chloe blinks at me, and then another chuckle leans back too. Yep. Oh, okay, yeah. Anyway, speaking of, what do you say we get this show on the road? You seriously want to ditch me right now? You seriously don't? Chloe, I have class in right now, actually. You do too, if I'm remembering correctly. You're honestly such a square. As I'm giggling at her unironic use of square as an insult, she just rolls her eyes in my direction and goes on. Come on, dude. Shaka, bruh. If there was any reason to cut classes to do this, you're pursuing your passion or whatever, right? Don't pretentious art schools like Blackwell have an addendum that excuses absences if you're inspired or something? I have to, there's Max here, I have to say shaka, bro. I doubt it. And your best friend who's leaving town tomorrow is telling you to? Well, oh no, there's an emoji. Oh god. And this guy's really pretty right now, look. I don't know if she's being sincere or just teasing me, but when I tilt my head back to look at the sky, it is really pretty. A clear blue leaching out from the fading pink and purple of the early morning. Let's go! Is that a Christmas Doge? I can, yeah. I can, once I finish the stream, I can then raid into someone else's. I can do it now, but it would kick you all out. Let's go then. Chloe raises an eyebrow but reaches forward and knocks the door anyways. Is there someone you want me to raid if I finish? Jeez, I thought you'd be a hard seller. No. Climb into the trunk and trust my bag underneath my feet. What made you think that? You always get whinier whenever I try to get you to do something. What's the word you like? Delinquent, right? She pounced in my direction for the show and I laugh and shove it at her shoes. Enamored. Who's winning? She cuckles, spinning her keys around her fingers. I lean back and watch them circle. Besides, it's not like me convincing to be with you is a hard sell. The keys fell off her hand and hit the dash, and I flinched a sound before glancing back in her surprise. No capes. She'd winced when the keys crashed against the car too, but now she's just looking at me, a little wide-eyed. This time I can't really help but kind of flustered. Honestly, Max, could you have sounded any? Can you have sounded any more? Wait, no. How does Chandler sound? Say it. Could that have sounded more gay? No, I get it. You know, I'm irresistible. Among other things. All good things, though. I just chuckle, unable to deny it, and reach down to get her keys back for her. Can I be any more? She turns the car on, the truck kicking a few times before rearing into action. Alright, let's bail before the dog freaks. I'm sure they'll understand. I mean, the deadline was so short, I bet a ton of people are scrambling. Dude, who cares? You're officially... She pauses for a few seconds, just long enough to pull out of the academy property. Off Blackway grounds. God, living at the school must really fuck with your head. No worrying about class or deadlines or homework for the rest of the day, alright? If you say so. Nope, you're the one in charge here, Max. You're calling the shots. I'll get it. Calling the shots like a photo pun. You're hilarious. Hilarious. I know, anyway, I want to say I'm not going to worry about class or deadlines or homework for the rest of the day. Okay, I won't. Word for word. I just roll my eyes, trying not to giggle. I fail. Isn't paraphrasing good enough? Chloe scoffs and then suddenly the trunk slows to what's basically a crawl. Yeah, got a matcha tea. Chloe leans back lazily against the seat looking at me sideways. I mean, I guess it's passable, but so is, reaching our destination 2 hours from now. Chloe! I'm not going to worry about class or deadlines or... You're such a pain in the ass. I ended up having to deliver it through giggles. I'm not going to worry about class or deadlines or homework for the rest of the day. Happy? And my best friend Chloe Price is going to have undivided attention. Stop saying best friend, Chloe. No, Max. Stop saying. Oh, no, Chloe, stop saying it. Both stop saying it. I smile at her leaning back against the seat. My best friend Chloe has my undivided attention. She grins back at me, revving the car up to what's probably a little above the speed limit. And I'm also finally going to admit the hottest person I've ever... In your dreams. She laughs high and pleased and a smile. I smile, facing forward again, settling further down into the cracked leather. I don't wanna be your friend, I wanna kiss your lips. Ooh. My eyes catch suddenly on the reflection on the glass against the dash. Oh. It's the photo of Chloe and me, 20 tweeny pirates, your frame vibrating along with the buzz of the truck and glinting sun. Chloe follows my gaze and then chuckles. I'm gonna need to tape it down or something. But geez, how am I gonna commit any misdemeanors when I got this face following me around? She flicks one finger against the Tween Maxon's face, twisting her face up in a full scowl, and just grin, pleased. You say it like it's a bad thing. It is a bad thing. Still though, she can't keep up with the scowl when she looks back at me. Thanks though, it's nice. Sure. Alright, enough of this mushy shit, let's get to the show on the road. She brings us to 10 miles per hour over the speed limit and then we're really on our way. And they die. No, after we get to the lighthouse we end up spending way more time fooling around than working. Come on Max, the buried treasure's gotta be somewhere. Arr, we've been looking for ages. My dude, where's your sense of adventure? Well, I lost it 10 minutes ago along with a sense of filling in my feet. Now I've turned Irish. She's laughed and turned her face against mine, pouting dramatically. You're such a baby. Whatever, come here, we can take a break. She slumps down gracefully to sit on my foot in the lighthouse, and gestures for me to join her. Little relieved, I hurry over and slide down next to her, my knees tinting next to her cross legs. Why didn't Tiny Max and Chloe make a map or something? Jeez. Because we're morons. She runs a hand through her hair, beanie toppling on my lap. The sun's starting to go down, but the light catches on her. The beach fuzz from her arms, her eyes, her edges makes her luminescent. Yes, it's Ireland. It's impossible to look away. If we don't find it today, finding that damn box is going to be a campaign, alright? If we don't find it today, finding that damn box is going to be a campaign, alright? It'll be underwhelming. Not with it, you. My feet hurt, leave me alone. Why would you do that last one? Thank you. It's the quarter of the Irish in me. Yep. I pull my knees a little closer to my chest. I'm doing all the accents here. We'll start as soon as you come back. Come on, I'm not going to hold you back for treasure hunting dreams. No way, together or not at all. It's not going to be special if I find it without you. Oh no, I can't do well. I don't know where to start. It's Irish I can do confidently. Scottish and Welsh, I would have to listen to someone full on Welsh to be able to do a Welsh accent, and same with Scottish. I glance sideways at her and she's looking back to me. She looks pleased, but there's a strange sort of guardness to her face, too. Well, hold on. So you got Irish, Scottish. Come here, wee laddie. No, that's Northern. That's Yorkshire. Welsh. I am so stuck. I don't know how you would sound Welsh. Scottish. Come over here to Edinburgh. No, that's Irish. Come over here. No. Yeah, I'm stuck with Irish. I can't. Yeah, I'm stuck with Irish. Irish or Russian. It's not going to be special if I find it without you. I glance sideways at her. Yeah, that'd be cool. I glance sideways at her. She's looking back at me. She looks pleased, but there's a strange sort of guardness to her face too. I'll look for it when you were gone. That's a reverse tea. Normally you get all the tea leaves and stuff at the bottom, but this one was just water. It takes me a second to understand what she means. That she's looked for it after I moved away. My throat tightens a little bit. Ooh. I wasn't able to find it. There's something to delicate in her face. It makes her look like a kid again for a moment, like the Chloe I first met. Well, that just confirms we have to fight together or it's no good. The fragility in her face melts to a grin and I can't help but grin back, relieved and so happy to see her smile. Together or not at all. Got it. We just sit there for a minute against the lighthouse looking for each other and grinning like idiots. Anyway, shouldn't we be moving along with the day? You were the one who was all worried about the light or whatever. She's right, the way the light is spilling in a rainbow over the horizon of the sea is especially beautiful right now. But I know it's not gonna last very long. I hesitate. Me too. She notices and nudges me lightly with her elbow, pulling her back with her other hand. I know that face, what's up? I sigh as she looks at me more carefully, before pulling her knees up and leaning forward on them. Just tell me. Roll. Let me backtrack. Save. Return. Nothing, I'm just being stupid. Probably. That's not what she does too before ruffling my hair. I grumble and swat her at her half-heartedly, which just makes her ruffle harder. Thanks a lot, bestie. I'm here for you, girlfriend. But seriously, what's up? I'm gonna see it through now. My hands are clasping over my knees, and I look at them, and not at her. My knuckles are usually easier to admit embarrassment to. I don't know, it's just this moment feels really big, I guess. You're leaving tomorrow, and I want to make the most of the time with you. And we also need to take a really good photo, and I want it to be good. I want us to win. I want it to be something I could be proud of, and you can be proud of, and I don't know. I pause. I don't want her to feel sorry for me, but I at least want her to understand how I feel. I just feel like this is kind of delicate thing, I think. Doing this and being here, I don't want to ruin it. I want it to be good. It is good. I'm startled by the words, her voice sudden and short and clear, and her hands move from my hair to my cheek, turning my eyes towards her, tilting my face up. You are good. Max, you're my best friend and you're so talented, I wouldn't want to do this or be here with anyone else. Your photo is going to be amazing. You're amazing, you just got to believe in yourself. Her hands are really warm and a little calloused against my face. I hope that when I swallow she doesn't feel it. Yeah, I mean she got there when she said girlfriend. I shiver a little when her thumb brushes across my cheek, and then I think that snaps her out of it, letting go of me and sliding on her feet. Well, on that note, let's fucking do this thing. Okay, let's do it. She grins at me, offering a hand to help me up. Right. Once we're on our feet, she looks a little listless, looking around uncertainly. Okay, alright. How do you want me, Max? Come on, perfect setup here. She wiggles her eyebrows a little bit and giggles and rolls my eyes. Okay, good. Thank you. Turning in a slow circle to survey the landscape. Don't get too excited yet. Don't get too excited. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think, could you stand near the bench over there, towards the cliff edge, actually? That gives me semi-skeptical look, even if she starts moving forward towards the edge. Without me tailing after her. This isn't going to end up like some episode of Law and Order, is it? Chloe, unfortunately, I really think shoving you off a cliff would cause me more problems than it would solve. That's comforting. Eventually, she comes to stand in a place and I move her from side to side. At angles behind her, trying to find the best light where the shadows fall tangent to her body. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I've not heard listless used before, I don't think. She watches me over her shoulder, amused and curious. Finally I pause and the sky exploding into soft purples and blues on either side of Chloe. The sun and sea and her right on her right and Arcadia Bay tiny on her left. Chloe at the crux balancing between her like she's what's holding it all together. Perfect. Thanks. I grin at her then pull out my camera. I do my best to line up what the shot I'm seeing in my head with reality, still shuffling tiny steps from left to right. It's kind of dark. She just grinned at me again, exasperated. Well, damn, Max, I couldn't control the weather. I lower the camera and frown, taking a few steps side to side again before ending up back in place. Okay, do you think you can take off your jacket and hat? She raises an eyebrow at me, grinning, then starts shrugging her jacket off. Your seduction tactics are a little lacking in subtlety, Colville. She drops her beanie on my head and tugs the jacket over my shoulders, pulling me forward a few steps close to her. Cute. Kind of big on me, Chloe. And warm, smells like cigarettes and spearmint. That's what makes it cute. Okay, great. Stay right there. Got it, but just so you know, my neck's gonna get kind of stiff if I hold this too long. That's not my fault, you have an awful posture. I'm framing the picture through the lens. Chloe's back to me, facing horizon. When she turns back and looks at me, all sardonic, sort of half smiling on her face. You love it. The shutter goes off in a flash and a series of clicks. Only half on purpose and half on instinct. I pull the photo free, a little surprised by it, and give it a shake. Oh, what, does it look okay? I'm just staring at it, and she comes over in a short, quick strides to peer over my shoulder, running on one hand through her hair. If you don't like the first one, we can still have time, you know. You're a perfectionist or whatever, but it doesn't have to be right the first time. It's amazing. If she's using a Polaroid camera, it takes about 10 minutes for the image to actually form, and then a full couple of hours for the full image to take place. Just to yeah, be annoying. Sorry, this is a romance section. I should yep. Sorry. I hear her movement pulls behind me, and a shift in the warmth as she leans in closer. You think so? Absolutely, look. I hold it up a little bit and her chin hooks over my shoulder, staring down at it. I hold myself very still, looking at it myself. Uh-oh. Oh. That's a cool photo. She's got a very, sharp jaw. Yep, don't shake it. Apparently that's bad if you do that. Because there's like 3 little chemical things in the bottom of the white area. But yeah, that is a really cool shot. Sorry, I'm babbling on about Polaroids. Chloe, dark and beautiful, and bare arm frame between towns that growing smaller on the horizon, growing larger, her tattoo in the sky, splitting open the colours. That I didn't know. Yeah. Are you sure? Her voice is weirdly uncertain and it makes me feel tentative, even in the face of such a beautiful shot. I glance over at her and our cheeks brush before she lifts her face up, slightly expression conflicted. I mean, it's just... She glanced at me quickly and then she's going to look away, but I hold her gaze. Partners in crime, come on, what is it? I mean, there's nothing, it's just me. At first I don't understand. She jerks her head impatiently at the photo and it clicks. Oh. What are you talking about? It's gorgeous. You're gorgeous. It's just... Oh. Yeah, that would have been good. Chloe glances at me, sudden and sharp, and I nearly falter before she just snorts and looks up right away. Gay. I mean it, Chloe. I lean a little to catch her gaze again, and reluctantly she meets my eyes. I really like it. I really do, but you're my subject and my partner. If you're not crazy about it, then we'll keep going. It's super rare to use the first shot in a project anyways. She glances at me again, and there's still a trace of frown on her face, but something softer in her eyes, something vulnerable. I like the photo. You do? Yeah. I open my mouth just to make sure, but she keeps going before I can say anything. She just keeps talking. I want to ask you something. It immediately sets me on the edge, despite myself. The last time Chloe wanted to talk to me about something at the lighthouse, she told me she was leaving. Max, how would you really feel about me leaving? How I feel about it? My hands twist a little on my bag strap, and Chloe's eyes flick down to watch them ring there. Yeah, be honest. Honest? Yep. Well, I'm gonna miss you. When I look again, she's staring at me, intent. I can't read her face, and makes me feel anxious. The idea that Chloe and I are growing further apart, even as we stand here. You're not. I know I said that before, and I know I said I was happy for you, and I want to be, and I am, mostly, but it's just that. You're my best friend, I love you, I'm gonna miss you. Stop saying that. Stop saying best friend. Or friend. Or bud. No, bud's alright. Sometimes something flickers in her gaze. For a minute she just holds mine there for a moment. Then she half's looking away and touching briefly at her nose. I love you too. I nod a little shakily and wait for the rest of the response, but something about how she'll come back eventually, or how pirates are forever, or how we're bonded for life. That's it though. She holds out her hand to me and I take it. So you like the photo? Yeah, I really do. Good. I do too. I guess our work here is done. The sun is dipped beneath the ocean now. Couldn't stop it if I wanted it to. Work here is done. It's Friday, gonna get down a hole to the weekend. Wait, sorry, I don't want a copyright strike. I'm so perfect at singing, I'd get a copyright strike for it. I don't think I've ever been this jittery in my life. I came to class really early, mostly because of the nerves, but... Thank you. Mostly because of nerves, but there were already lots of people there. I guess I'm not the only anxious one about submitting their photo. Thank you. But no Chloe. For a second it doesn't really faze me because Chloe's always like, typical Chloe. But then I remember Friday is Chloe's last day in Arcadia. And I have no idea when she's leaving. What if she's already... Max! Ah. Dude, you were totally zoned out. You stole me, asshole. Yeah, but that was pretty obvious. You had your nervous face on anyway, so I thought I'd figured, what's the harm? I was nervous you already sit down, you jerk. Chloe's eyebrow raised, she falls back on her heels a little, hands on her pockets. But, Max, no way. I'm still owed several overly dramatic goodbyes. Also, as if I'm gonna let you run the victory lap all by yourself. Before I can warn her that there might not be a victory lap, she keeps talking, reaching idly towards the back of her neck. Anyway, I need to give you this. I don't really realize what she's doing until she pulls her necklace over her head, bring it down into one hand and string it out with the other. Oh, Chloe, you really don't have to... Shut up, I want to. Anyways, it's for luck. She motions me forward, and I step into her space a little shy. She loops it over my head with both hands, tugging my hair gently out from under the string as it passes. Her gaze is weirdly focused, following the necklace as it goes past my throat, like my collarbone coming to rest around my sternum, cool and surprisingly heavy. Not in class. I feel like I've been staring at her face too long. Thanks. No problem. For a second she just lingers there, fingers loose and light, near where the bullets lie low, close to my ribs. We're really close together. I still haven't looked away from her face. Then she falls back again, looking back up at me and grinning. No, we're definitely gonna win. I've done my contribution. Your contribution was way bigger than the bullet necklace, Chloe. Even though I really appreciate it, like, majorly. I just what? When I hesitate, she rolls her eyes and steps forward again, tilting my chains up slightly with 2 fingers so our eyes meet. Out with it. I just don't want to let you down, I mean. Before I can go on, her fingers leave my chin and flicks my forehead, light but sudden. Not possible. Max, I told you before I don't give a shit about the contest. Well, I mean I do, because you care about it, but I want us to hang out and have a good time and have you be happy with the photo, and we did, and you were right. Her expression is generally questioning, and I stand up a little straighter. No. Not straighter. Smile at her because, yeah, after all, she's right. Yeah, I'm happy. She brightens up, then ruffles my hair, grinning when I squawk and push her away. Good, me too. Well, I think there's someone wants to talk to you, so I'll catch you in class. Get your running shoes on for the victory lap, Max. Do some stretches. You do some stretches. She laughs, easing her way into the classroom in languid, carefree movement, and I watch her go, a little knot in my belly. I am dead. No! I really don't want her to go. It's an awful cliche thing having a crush on your best friend, but this week's really proven to me that I can't deny or ignore the way I feel about Chloe. She's the most important person in my life. And now it's possibly way too late to tell her. I don't know if I have the courage to even if the time wasn't running out. I just want to be with her a little longer at least. Rachel. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be glad when the contest is over. Chase her to the airport. Yep. I think I can guess why. I totally thought that you and Chloe being busy all week would give me all this time to hang out with my other friends, because you know how Chloe just hates the Vortex Club's guts. Anyways, I thought this would be a good chance to chill with them for a few days, but I'm already so sick of them all. Oh no. I've been way too overexposed. It was so much better when I was just partying with them. They're surprisingly unfun sober. That's not surprising at all. True that. So what's Chloe's ransom? Should I deliver it in a suitcase? What's the drop-off point? You know Chloe's priceless. I know, I'm just teasing. I'm actually really glad you guys have this contest to work together. It makes me happy to see Chloe so happy. And nothing makes her happier than you do. Ooh. See, that's why I wanted to talk to Rachel. Do you really think so? Max, I know it. When I met Chloe, she was a really rough place, but no matter how hard things were for her, every single time she talked about you, it was like powers on. All the lights went up inside her. Maybe she's awful at showing it sometimes, but you're irreplaceable. I know. Well, you're only important to her too, Rachel. Yeah, but different way. A different way? Oh, really cute, Max. I don't think I get it. If you don't now, you will soon. Let's all hang out together soon, just the 3 of us. I got some big news to share and I've been dying to spill it. Now you're talking sense. I'll catch you guys later. Let's just yeah, let's just see. No, I think Rachel will help the situation. Or be like a oh my god, what's it called? Like the third person, like they're through-wheeling, but in a good way. Sort of, oh my god, I really can't think of the word for it. Yeah, I need a skill check. No, it's sort of like a good thing, like just having... It's usually there for people who... a buffer, that's the word, a buffer. So just someone there to fill in the gaps when things get a bit awkward. Yeah, I think Rachel will probably be a buffer. I think about talking to my other classmates, but I'm too nervous to keep making idle chat. I'm just going to sit and wait for the class to start and hope the butterflies go away. Alright, alright. I know you're all excited, but I need to have you all seated. Have I got everyone's photos? Everyone's eyes are on Mick's dog as they shuffle through the photos spread out on their desk. I'm really impressed by the amount of students that have entered this year. About half of every class has put in an entry. And now with these, I can finally start my deliberations. Lucky for all you, that means that you can use this period to study. The hum of chatter starts up immediately, quietly, and then dies down with some protests and groans. I'm kind of thankful for the opportunity. I put my head down and open my textbook, but although I try to focus, it's pretty hard. I guess Chloe and I aren't the only ones hoping to win. It feels like the longest hour of my life. Every time Mick's dog moves at their desk, I think they're about to announce the winners, and I jump a little. When they finally do stand up, clipboard in hand, I go rigid in my seat. I catch Chloe's gaze. She grins at me, then nods a little bit in encouragement. She doesn't look nervous at all, just supportive and satisfied like we've already won. Goodness, this was difficult. I know that the deadline was short, and all of you devoted much of your free time this week to your entry. I truly wish that I could award more than one winner. The theme of the contest, bonds, was a broad concept, and I'm thrilled to see so many of you different interpretations of it here. That's what photography is all about. Personal expression, showing the world the way you see things. That said, there's only one entry in particular that truly embraces this theme. Yeah, everyone is valid. This photo represents to us the dignity of the human spirit framed by the photographer as simultaneously transcendental to civilization and paltry against the cosmos. It is a literal hot dog. They're not dressed up like the one. They are literally a hot dog. My heart skips a beat, or 10. There's no way they're talking about our photo. The unique vision of this novice photographer makes me think that we'll all see some amazing things from them in the future. And hopefully they'll continue collaborating with their partner. So I'm extra pleased to announce to the winner of the second annual Backwell Photo Contest are Maxine Caulfield and Chloe I'm pretty... Their photo was good, but it didn't show bonds, I think, maybe? But then the whole other class could have been really bad, so... The room erupts in applause and cheers, and I'm frozen in my seat for a moment, letting comprehension catch up with the rest of my body. I'm only just managing to get on my feet when Chloe's by my side, pulling me by the hand and grinning so hard it looks like it hurts. Yeah. You fucking won! She pulls me up by the upper arm, almost off my feet, and crutches a kiss between my eyes, almost hard enough to hurt. Thank you. Vaguely I'm aware of Rachel wolf whistling behind us. My senses are pretty much completely overlaid by shock and Chloe beaming and bright right in front of me. I'm dizzy when she sits me back onto my feet, clutching at her elbows, and she grins at me. Pure delight. Elbows again, okay? Oh my god, we won. She crows with laughter, reaching down and squeezes both my hands. What did I tell you? You're amazing. The bells ring and the class starts to filter out. The two of us are swept with congratulations and claps on the back for a few moments, and then after a brief conversation with Rachel and Kate, it's just the two of us. I can't believe this. I can, Max. I knew you would win. Ooh, is this going to be the end? Because no one can even compare to your photography chops. She's so excited my cheeks actually hurt from smiling now. We won, Chloe. There's no way I could have done this without you. That just makes her smile softer, fonder, and she reaches down to squeeze one of my hands. Thanks, Max. I'm really, really proud of you, though. I'm just glad we won. It's stupid, but I'm really glad. I want to better articulate it how I'm glad that Chloe will have this memory that we're parting on a victory, that hopefully this will make her remember us first and foremost as unbreakable bond. But before I can, she squeezes my hand again. I'm not stupid, I totally get it. And you know what? We should go celebrate. Right now, I'm going to take you somewhere. My eyes go a little wider, I can't help it. The sun's already waning outside. I don't know what Chloe's planning for an exit time, but logically, I know I shouldn't keep her here and make her leave at rush hour. Right now? Right now. She looks so intent though, and I'd be an awful liar if I even tried to pretend I didn't want to monopolize her time. Okay, let's go. Squeeze. That brings a grin back on her to full luminosity. Yeah, they have weird hours there. She reaches up from my other hand, squeezes in that one too before slinging an arm over my shoulders. Also, Max and Chloe taking their final victory lap around Arcadia Bay after all. You better not make me run anywhere. No chance, I'm driving anyway. She pulls me in a little bit firmly into her side, and I can't help but lean against it, the warmth of familiarity in her way. Okay, let's go for a drive. You keeping your eyes closed? Yes, but... No buts. I'll tell you them to open. So I keep them shut, I think, staring. I'm starting to get an idea where we're heading, though the air smells salty. That means the sea. A few moments later, a truck slows at a stop, and I hear Chloe get out and then come round to the side of my door, taking both my hands and gently guiding me out. Okay, open. Yeah, it's the beach. I can hear the rush of waves already, but still a smile when I open my eyes and see the ocean there, and Chloe's beaming right in front of it. This guy's so pretty. That just makes her grin wider. Yep. All for you, I made a few calls. The light pollution, please. Yep. Uptight sons of bitches, but at least they have a sense of atmosphere. I laugh and she does too a moment later without looking away from my face. I try to stay focused on her and the sea too. I know if I look behind me, I'm going to see is her truck, stocked for leaving. Her necklace feels heavy against my sternum. Suddenly I reach for it. I should give this back to you. Definitely serves its purpose as a good luck charm. She looks at me mild surprised and startles me when she sees me start to pull it over my head, immediately reaching out to press it back against my throat. What? No, Max, I'm giving it to you. Anyway, the necklace and luck had nothing to do with any of the contest. That was all you. She smiles at me again, easy and fond, and my heart squeezes in my chest a little. Absolutely not, Chloe. I told you there's no way I would have been able to win without you. She huffs a little, taking a step away from me backwards, and I lose her gaze for a second. Max, thanks, but I was a prop. A really hot prop, though. Sure. No you. But seriously, Chloe, the picture really wouldn't exist without you. And I mean, it's not just because you're in it. I said it before, photography is all about... She cuts across me suddenly, looking at me again. Emotions, right? I falter for a second, but expression is serious, not solemn. I nod a little bit, suddenly feeling a little shy. Yeah, I mean, I don't... I pause again, the words don't feel right. Feel about anyone the way I feel about you, or on top of the tongue. But I glance back and there are a lot of boxes in the back of her truck. You mean a lot to me, obviously. Her lip quirks, but she nods, still just watching me. I feel kind of small under her gaze, uncertain in the way I hate. An entire week to prepare and I still have no idea what to say to her. I'm still not ready. I'm really glad we did this together. She nods again, coming over a few steps to stand next to me. My head tilts, but I don't turn her face on her. I don't turn to face her full on. I just keep staring out at the ocean. The photo? Oh, well, yes, spending the week together too. I know you must have so much going on with Rachel and Joyce. I'm getting ready to go, and thank you, I guess. You made a lot of time for me. Yeah. The sun's setting, golden hour, both of us awash in soft yellow light. Chloe's got her hands braced against the hood of her truck. It's an awful cheesy thought to have, but briefly relived that Chloe and I get to have some sunset again this last time. I wasn't making time for you. You're my best friend. I want to be with you. Her voice sounded delicate against the roaring of the waves a few feet away, firm but fallable. I glance sideways at her and she's already looking at me, unblinking, unreadable. I know. I'm not sure who moved first, but a moment later we're hugging fiercely, her arms tight around my shoulders and mine at her waist. She smells the same as always does, smoke and leather, and some kind of sharply clean scent tingled with salt of the sea. I breathe her in, trying to commit it to memory. Yep. It's a bear hug. Whose head's gonna pop first? I really don't want to cry, but I really don't think I can help it at this point. There's no way she'll be able to blame me if I do. I'm gonna really miss you. I want to say more. I want her to promise me she'll text me every day and tell her I'll be thinking of her all the time, and I want her to be happy most of all, but my voice cracks on you and I have to stop before I even start. She brings one's hands up and ruffles my hair, soft before running her fingers through it. Hand travelling down back on my neck, slower, I shiver a tiny little bit and hug her tighter. Absence makes the heart grow fonder or whatever, right? I laugh a little damply. I'm about to say I can't be any fonder of her than I already am, but she keeps talking. Yes. Watch it just cut off and we're not going to get a good ending. Because we picked Chloe, it's just like, nope. By the time I get back, you'll be totally in love with me. Come on, that's set up perfectly, Max. Sort your life out. I still go before I can't stop myself. Immediately try and relax again before she notices, but I don't move fast enough. Her hands move on my shoulder and she holds me out just to look at me. Yep. She's not frowning, but her gaze is intense and I wince. Good job keeping it together, Max. Max? Chloe? Come with me. Come with me if you want to leave. We just stare at each other for what must be at least a minute. And then I sputter? Sputter. What? Come with me, Max. The music means something's gonna happen. Her fingers are digging into my shoulders. And she still hasn't even blinked. I'm just stunned. There's a step in this conversation that I've missed. Are you serious? Come with you? Like, on your trip? Yeah. Her grip loosens up. You can't hear the music? Oh no, don't say that I've... Okay, I know that it's not been the whole stream, but I've forgot to unmute the oopsie poopsie. I forgot to unmute the sound. That's fine, it's fine. It's just music, there's no talking or anything. Okay, cool. I think when I came back on my tea, I forgot to unmute it. The grip loosens up on my shoulders, but she keeps holding on to me. Her face half in shadow from the sunset, but there's uncertainty creeping into the half I can see. No, that's alright. I know it's last minute, but... I laugh, a little hysterically, and that gets a tiny smile to curl on her cheeks for a moment, but before she continues. But like, I have some extra duffel bags, and you're way more organised than I am. And I've chalked a few extra hours to get you ready when I was accounted for driving time, so if you wanted to come, you could, we could. Yeah. She looks so tentative, but her hands are so firm on my shoulders. I'm still totally caught off guard, still dazed, but you're not joking. Our eyes meet again, unyielding, and for a moment I expect her to do the Chloe thing and quit, but lighten the mood, and she only nods, biting her lip. No, I'm not. I was thinking about, asking you at the beginning of the week, but you were all excited about the contest and didn't want to freak you out. So you thought telling me we're leaving forever would make me less freaked out? My voice is awful, shrill and young, and I can't help but laugh at the sound of it, in a series of short, nervous giggles. Chloe laughs along with me, eyes never leaving my face as she just let go of my arm. Sorry. I also was worried about, well, I wasn't worried. Totally, I just wasn't sure. Giggles. She falters for a second and looks away. I roll forward on my heels, just a little to meet her eyes again. At the motion, her gaze turns back to my face and she swallows. I didn't know if you want to go with me, be with me. Oh. Do you want to? This is such a Chloe thing to do, impulsive and completely unexpected and passionate, and it catches me so off guard I can't help responding instinctual. Yes. That's good though. Like saying what you mean or what you want to say was good. Her eyebrows shoot up so high that I can't see them past their hairline. I giggle nervously and completely shock at myself. What the hell are you saying, Max? This is so not like you. You really want to? But then I look back at her and it's an expression I've never seen on Chloe in my whole life. Stunned and apprehensive and hopeful and tentative all at once. I feel my heart could burst open for her. Yeah, I want to go with you. I want to be with you. She blinks once, twice, her lip tug up for the last second before her face bunches in worry again. Are you sure? Like you've got school and photography stuff, and I know it's super important to you, and you have like other friends here than me. And I mean, I'm not sure if you... Do you want me to come or not? She cuts herself off with a surprised, breathy laugh and blinks again, waits for me to speak again. Her eyes are big and bright. First of all, do you know how many Blackwell students have skipped town in the middle of the year just to seek enlightenment? Yeah. So basically it's a rite of passage with becoming a real artist. She snorts but still looks incredulous, watching me intense and quiet. Besides, I like the idea of doing something impulsive, something an actual professional good photographer would do. You already are good. Second of all, you're super important to me, more than any... Her eyebrows shoot way up and I immediately stop myself, back up. This is a good moment, but it's a delicate one. I can't mess this up. I want this to happen. I want to be with her. I want to come with you. Let me come with you. There's a moment of stillness between us, almost long enough to make me nervous. Then her face cracks open and a smile so big, it's like she just can't contain it. Are you serious? I groan back, still feeling a little shocked at myself, but mostly just stupidly happy. Are you serious? She laughs in complete delight and sweeps me up and hugs again, lifting me off my feet and spinning me around. I'm laughing too much to tell her to put me down, so instead I just wrap my arms around her neck. She sets me back down on my feet after a moment, but she keeps her arms around my waist. Our faces are close and she starts chattering excitedly. Okay, so India, stop by your dorm. I can't help you with anything, with everything. We should probably stop by my house again to grab the clothes you have there. And God, we should probably tell Rachel. And she stops herself, probably because she ran out of air, and just grins at me, breathless. I grin back and I feel light and the sun is shining right through me. And her voice falters a little and reaches up with a hand to brush on slightly sea-swept hair out of my eyes. Her hand lingers there for longer than probably necessary, and we're just looking at each other's eyes, and I can't help but notice her hand is shaking just a bit. The adrenaline rush from saying yes is still pumping through me, and that's what gets me rolling up onto my toes, gripping her waist a little more firmly for balance and pressing my lips to her soft. She stiffens up a little bit, exhales sharply through her nose, and I immediately pull away, admittingly spooked. Not sure if this reaction is just surprise or also horror, which considering I'm hardly a paragon of experience, is totally broaching this entirely plausible. Finally, but kind of a half-assed one, by the sounds of it. When I looked up again, the only emotion I could read of her face was pure shock. Fuck. I mean, she blinks at me twice, then laughs. Her laughing startles me for a second, and I go to pull away from her, but her grips on my hips go tighter and reels me back in. There you go, that's a proper one. Aw, I barely have time to react before she gives me again, falling a few steps back, so she leaning against the hood of the truck. Me flush against her. Oh, I wasn't wrong. Chloe, actually, she kisses me for a long moment, for almost longer than I'm ready for, but I just stand on my toes, do my best to kiss her back despite surprise and inexperience and overwhelming relief. I'm pretty sure she only pulls away in order to breathe, but I can't. Even then, she keeps her eyes shut, our foreheads together. I'm staring through, searching her face framed between her hands. She looks so gentle, she looks happy. It happened. Chloe. She just laughs and shakes her head a little bit. Eyes closed, just glowing. This is where Chloe just hops in the truck and buggers off. Max, what? Even I was surprised by how soft my voice is. She just breathes out another laugh. I totally was gonna kiss you. I'm fucking furious. It was gonna be so romantic and you beat me to it. I blinked for a second, then burst out laughing. It's so Chloe, needlessly competitive for others to think something so sweet. Was it gonna be more romantic than literally asking me to run away with you? It was gonna be more romantic than you saying yes to running away with me, but tragically you messed it up for yourself. My cheeks hurt from smiling. The sun is so warm on my back. Chloe's hands are warm in my waist and firm. That's disappointing. It is. It really is. But you know, I'm willing to make a... I press back out, kissing her again. She giggles against my mouth before leaning back and pulling me even closer to her. The sun is going down by the time we get back to the dorm. Packing all my things. Get in touch with Joyce and Rachel and my parents. And get on the road. Traffic will probably be hell. But that's alright. Chloe and me, we have all the time in the world. Aw, yay. Are we done? Yay, we done. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I skipped that far too quickly. Achievements. Gallery. Yeah. Nice. I can take these off now. Finally, that was a good game. I really like that. I think there was a lot less than what I thought it would be, but at the same time there was more than I thought it would be. If that makes any sense whatsoever. But that was cool. I really like that. I'm glad I played it and saw it. And we made £30. Well, 25. I put 5 towards it. So, but yes, thank you as well for donating. I saw the thing glitched out and kept coming up with the same names for everyone. But yes, thank you. And thank you everyone else. And we have 3 viewers. So is there anyone you think I should raid, or should I have a look? See, it has been really fun. Right, I'm trying to look for someone to raid. They're all... No. We've got one person that I followed from a Discord group, and that's it. So I guess I could do that. So yeah, I'll do that now. I mean, they have quite a lot of followers, but... Right, so let me see if I can remember how to do it. So slash raid, and then it's... Cool. So let me click the end screen, mute that, turn off my fan for a moment so you can actually hear me. But yeah, I will raid them now. And thank you again. And yeah, I'll talk to you in a bit. Follow or subscribe or only chat. Well, that's annoying. But yeah. Raid.